Reader show based on the epic fantasy series Wheel of Time by Robert Jordan. My name is Ryan, and joining me as always is my brother Dan.
All the time.
Dancing away. How you doing, Dan?
Man,
you feeling
I've
better?
been sick this whole week, and today's the first day that I saw a light at the end of the tunnel. Man, I've been 4 or 5 days of just blah. My mother-in-law was here. I wanted to hang out with her and play cards. I did not, because I did not want to. She's 91, going to be 92 soon, and I didn't want to give her any of my germs. But
yeah.
this is the first day that I'm actually, and I still sound sick, I understand, but this is the first day that I actually feel kind of not super sick.
And you look great.
Thanks. Yeah, my
Dan,
eyes.
your hair,
Yeah, go ahead.
you almost got like a widow's peak, but it's over to the side. Ooh, smooth.
It's a cowlick.
All right, ladies, gentlemen, and humans on all the spectrums. As I said, this is the Leafcast. We're a first-time reader show. We're covering Towers of Midnight, chapters 36 through 40, and this is episode 197.
Beefy chapters. These are like power meal.
Yeah.
These chapters are good. Yeah,
Absolutely. So much going on. I can't wait to hear from our first-time readers. Dan, we have 3 more episodes to 200. Per chance, would it coincide with the end of the book?
Oh, you know what? Let me see right now.
All right, yeah. Guys, you guys are watching sausage get
Three
made.
3 more, including next week.
Yes.
We could do that. We could do that if we salt and pepper this bitch.
You mean if we push it real good?
Push it. If we push it
Real
I think
good.
we can do it.
Okay. All right. Well, you guys, hey, that's something to look forward to. Oh, no, wrong music. No, that's the sexy music. All right, guys.
Yeah.
We are having parents on kid duty. We're going to do the best we can to get them all in at all the time. But let's we got one backstage ready. Let's bring them in.
Bring them in.
Bring them in.
Hit the button.
You hit the button.
Sausage
You know.
He's reading it in German, though, right?
Howdy, Braille.
Braille.
Hi, Josh.
Hey guys,
Welcome first time reader Josh.
I love that hearing that song, Ryan. It's a fun Homunculus Rex track that you got in that intro video.
Yeah. I remember recording it.
Yeah, that's a fun one.
If you don't know, most of the music on this channel is either by Homunculus Rex, which was Josh and myself, or Hermit Convention, a very good friend of ours, who is also on a lot of our tracks. Anyways, dude, great.
More Iris Fibers.
Iris Fibers. I was about to say,
Iris Fiber. Yep, my friend Keith. Yes. We try and support independent art. And this is what we are giving you. We're giving you independent art with a flair.
With the flair.
With a flair. Damn, how great were these chapters, Josh?
Okay. That was the next thing I was going to say. I mean, they were fine. There's no fucking way I'm waiting 3 shows to finish this book.
Oh, okay.
I will be very much breaking the rules if that's your expectation.
I looked back to see where Carrie is in the books, based on her Carrie first time reader summaries that's in our Discord. She was doing these chapters the end of March, and I'm like, yeah, she just couldn't wait, man. She just couldn't wait. She did it over a month ago. So yeah, this is the peril. This is the burden of being the savior, Josh.
Dude, I'm just going to read to the end of the book, and we can.
You won't.
Talk
No,
but we are doing an accelerated thing. We're gonna finish this in 3 shows. It's like 18 chapters. We're gonna crush it. Don't
Dude,
worry
it's
about
like less than 100 pages, isn't it? It's
No. For me, it's going from 625
to 825-ish. So it's 200.
So it's about 200 pages. So yeah, if we're doing 60 pages, so yeah, we're gonna do it. We'll get it, man. We'll get it, man.
Come on, be fucking strong, Josh.
Yeah,
Jesus.
don't be
No,
such a
dude.
Don't be such a don't be such a
Finally,
pissant
there's
dark
a
friend.
writer who is like telling the story at a reasonable pace.
Josh just wants to leave his old hammer behind and take his new pretty hammer with him.
Power rot.
His big heavy hammer.
All right. Well, I mean, there will be consequences. We might have to make.
Yeah, no, this will not abide.
We might need to make a poll. Yeah.
Josh. No more of this. Whoops, I forgot. Suddenly, it was like one thing led to another.
That's right.
I read 3 more chapters.
Let's see why not there.
Yes, no, that doesn't work in court. And it doesn't work with me. Now you're making my head cold come back.
Yeah. Thanks, Josh.
Good riddance.
All right. Yes. So I like these chapters, and we're gonna jump into them. Let's just do it. This chapter 36 was called an invitation. It has the seagulls of the wind, the sea folk, I guess. Seagulls, sea folk. And it's an Egwene POV. It's mostly in, I'll tell her randomly out, I think. She's setting up her meeting to lure Masana. She's like, Nynaeve, you got everything? Nynaeve's like, check. And she goes and meets with the Wise Ones and the Windfinders while Nynaeve and Swan and everyone is doing this other meeting and looking out for spies, right?
Yeah.
In the meeting with the Wise Ones and the Windfinders, she pretty much says, hey, listen, the way we've been doing things is pretty dumb. You guys are awesome at what you do. We're obviously awesome at what we do. We're the White Tower, for goddamn. But everyone had just thought if you go to the White Tower, it's like Hotel California, man. You can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave. So they were like, so they make a formal agreement that we're going to send 2 of our best. It's going to be like a scholarship, right? It's going to be like the Rhodes Scholarship, where we're going to send 2 of our best accepted to the Wise Ones. We're going to send 2 of our other best accepted to the Windfinders. And they're going to send 2 of their best, vice versa. So it's going to be
An exchange.
yeah, the for exchange program, more or less. Which I'm all in favor of, foreign exchange programs.
And they're like, yeah, don't send no bitches, no weak bitches. We want strong bitches.
Yeah. Well, and speaking of which, Ryan.
Okay.
Now that you know of us, you want us. Tashar.
Nice. Tashar.
That works. Nope. Got it.
Nope.
So Eggman's like, yeah, we got to share our shit. This is how we should do it. We need to form an alliance, she even it says. It says here, so here's Egwene's thoughts. It says, it was unlikely that another dreamer such as Egwene would be discovered among the Aes Sedai, though she could hope. Muscalvir here. Anyways.
Buscalvir?
Musk. Elon Musk.
Muscalvir. I see it.
Yeah, Egwene, weirdo. But they there was already like payment discussed. I don't know. It's just weird shit. She says, "Hey, what if I give you Dream Tangrel? Is that cool?" She's like, and Amos is like, yo, you can't just be bringing in kids to a big boy party and like this. Like, you know what? She's like, and she says, quote, "You can't keep this place to yourself, Amos." And she says, "We are not so selfish. It is their safety I speak of."
Oh, yeah, that's what it is. It's, of course, their safety.
But they also make an agreement that the wise ones pretty much get to keep all their Terangral and Angral.
Mm-hmm.
The Windfinders get to keep all their Angral and Terangral, including the bowl of winds. Which is actually kind of a crazy concession,
Right.
being how the White Tower has always been adamant that anything of the White Power is theirs by colonial right.
Yeah, right.
But you know what? This whole thing seems kind of moot, though. I mean,
What in what way?
well, they're like, all right, we're going to trade novices. You got to stay at least 6 months. You can't stay more than 2 years without going back.
Right.
When the hell is Tarmogoyf, guys? Aren't we like, isn't it just
They're so caught up in their own bullshit, you know, like.
Yeah, so they're planning 2 years in advance. Do we have 2 years of existence on this planet?
No. I mean, I feel like Perrin and Matt and Rand are thinking like weeks, it seems like, you know?
Right.
So.
Yeah, it says no less than 6 months, but no more than 2 years. Yeah, it's like once they're yours, you treat them as you treat your own apprentices, and they're like, even like this. But they're gonna get all soft, and Egwin's like, soft my ass. I still feel it.
Soft my ass. My ass is soft, man. You know it.
They were like, all right, so they formed this agreement more or less, and then in runs Swan's all like singed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what?
Singed.
Yeah. She's all, the battle's begun? She's like, yeah, they didn't try to eavesdrop, they just attacked. And that's where Egwin ends, and it jumps to Perrin.
Right.
Anything about this meeting though? Anything about the concessions? Anything?
I mean, it's all fine and dandy, I guess, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it does seem the spirit of collaboration is strong with Egwin. She does, somewhat condescend in her own thoughts on things, but she does recognize that she learned a lot from the IL, and that the Windfinders can do shit that she can't. So, you know,
yeah, it's one of those things. We've complained about the White Tower. We've complained about how this society is like structured. And Egwin has been like seeing, like, you know, she watches the show and she's heard our complaints and she's now making things right. It's just like, do we have enough time to even see the benefits of all this work? Yeah, she's healing the tower, but then boom, right? We're gonna get that. We got one book left.
She's like, and to commemorate, we're gonna plant these 100-year-long trees.
Yeah.
It jumps to Perrin, and Perrin is running in Tel'aran'rhiod with the dream spike. He has it in his hand. He sees that the dome's over him. He's like running, you know, like Mary Poppins, but an enormous umbrella over him.
Enormous umbrella.
He's just running. Can you imagine you're standing on Dragon Mountain, you just see this purple dome just kind of shifting around, because he's bouncing around kind of fast within the constraints. But he's like, all right, you know what? Slayer shoots an arrow at him. He says, no, there's a wall here, though, right? Boom. Of course there's a wall here. Because if you believe it, he manifests his own reality, which you
Manifesting.
can too. Take my seminar course, Manifesting Your Reality. How to be someone. Step 1.
Buy my meme coin.
Step 1. Start selling solar panels door to door in Alaska.
Yeah. Step 2.
Step 2. Profit.
Yeah.
So he's like, hey, there's Dragon Mount. What's that big penis looking thing on the other side? What? That's the White Tower. Tarvalon. That's the perfect place to take Slayer.
I love this comment, Dan.
It will manifest. Yeah. That's a good point.
Jesus, it's profound.
So he says the White Tower. The city might give Perrin an advantage, make it easier to hide in one of the many buildings or alleys. So there he goes, hopping away with the spike. Boing, boing, boing. It says the dome it created traveling with him as it moved. It would come down to a fight after all. And that's how it ends. Anything about that chapter?
No.
Do you think it's a good choice just in general to go to Tarvalon? I get so he just took it to like any city, like urban warfare kind of thing. He's like, well, I'll just be able to hop around rooms. Weird. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, like, he's like, oh my gosh, our channelers cannot make gateways. Let's bring the Dream Spike to a whole city of channelers so they're all fucked.
Yeah, I mean, it's Aes Sedai though, and so how much? I mean, all I could think while I was reading this was, this is Ta'Veren. Like the battle in the next chapter wouldn't have happened in the same way if the Dream Spike hadn't been in Tarvalon, right? So plot armor, Ta'Veren, both, a little of both, a light sprinkling of both.
You know what? That's a really good point. Moghedien later on says, like, Perrin is too Ta'Veren. He's so strong, and shoot an arrow, it will miss.
Right.
Wait.
And
no.
You know, she wouldn't have died or been brainwashed or brain bubbled, whatever Egwene did to her without,
Perrin,
It's like, it's so interconnected. So it's hard to imagine it going a different way. So I don't know if the other thing
how would things have gone different though if the spike were not there for, say, Masana?
Masana could have taken the gate. She's a spider, right?
Well, that's Moghedien was the.
Oh, that's Moghedien.
Yeah.
All right. But Masana also would have tried to escape through a gateway, most likely. But she couldn't because of the Dream Spike, right?
I think that the position she was in, it didn't seem like she wanted to escape. She had Egwene. She needed. It seemed like she wanted to get the Amerlin.
She did. That was her. Yeah, but I mean,
so I'm not sure. Like,
once she realized that she was in trouble, right?
Okay.
I think. I mean, I don't know.
Hi, Kay.
Hi.
What's up? Hey, girl.
Can you hear me okay?
We hear you.
We can.
I think I'm a little choppy, but I'll take it over being completely cut the fuck off. So, yay.
We're good with choppies.
All right, guys, I gotta go check on the kid. I'll be back.
Good shot.
Oh.
Hey, Dan, don't fuck up. I'm over here. Other way. I'm over here. Oh, you give me the back of your head? Oh.
Well, hold on. On me? No. To me. Hold on. To me. See? Now I'm looking up. Now I'm looking at you. Am I not looking at you?
No, looking at you. Looking at you.
This is looking
there
at
you go. Yeah, here's looking at you, kid. All right, Dan. I know this is a big opportunity for you. Don't fuck up.
Got you, Glenn. Thanks.
All right. God damn. All right. Hey,
the other thing
Go ahead.
Think about in these chapters was what's the game by Epic Games, the really popular one?
Pac-Man?
No.
Tetris.
Grand Theft Auto.
Like on that scale.
Red Dead Redemption.
No.
On Grand Theft Auto scale? Jeez.
Zelda?
No.
Fortnite?
Fortnite. Thank you.
Okay.
Fortnite. Oh.
Perrin was totally Fortniting out in this scene where he's like, wall. Like. I wondered if Brandon Sanderson had been playing Fortnite and was like, I'm totally going to use this in the chapter.
Like, Perrin's got to do something interesting right about now. Let's have him Fortnite out.
Yeah.
And then he kills someone and does like the floss.
The dance.
Yeah, still doing the cabbage patch.
Yeah, it's floss.
So funny.
Kay, is there anything you want to talk about, like the bargain that Egwene made with the wise ones and the sea folk, where they're going to be sending some apprentices, two of their besties. They're having scholarships, they're having like little foreign exchange programs.
Two of their besties.
Two of their besties.
Foreign exchange programs. Sorry, I had to switch from mommy brain to Wheel of Time brain, so I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. So the Egwene part where she's with
the wise ones, she's with the sea folk, and she's like, all right, we'll send you two of our best novices to the wise ones. We'll send two of our best accepted to the Windfinders. You send two of your best to each other. And then we'll all learn, because I learned so much from you guys, Aiel. And also you can keep all your Terangriel. You go ahead and keep it. The Ruidian, that's yours. The Bold Winds,
yours. Yeah,
it's yours. It's yours. It's all yours. And here, you can have some of my Dream Terangriel. I'm silly right now. Dream Terangriel. I got so many fucking Dream Terangriel. Here, take a couple.
So many, an abundance.
I got so fucking many. Here, keep them. Keep them. They're
Decked
flawed anyways.
Terangriel.
They're not as good as the real thing.
Getting too heavy for me.
Knock off. Shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, they do that, and then Perrin goes to the White Tower with the Dream Spike. That's where the chapter ends.
Perrin was way more interesting. I mean, these chapters that I was reluctant to give him any credit at all, but I do think this was, he finds himself and has some, everyone's having like these revelations, like these like, introspective, what am I trying to say? Introspective like moments, and they're like looking into their souls and trying to figure out who they are. Right. They're like, oh, now I know who I am. Pretty
well. All right, it's within the whole arc of Perrin, but his arc really is he Rand level now as far as his capabilities?
I think so. Yeah. Or even maybe. Yeah. I mean, not with the one power, obviously, but he's out to Varen Rand for sure.
Yeah.
He's on par to Varen wise with Rand. Yeah.
Yeah. He stopped Balefire, right? Like
he did. Right. He blinks it out.
Yeah.
He can stop channeling. He's such a master of the Wolf Dream that he can stop the effects of channeling in the Wolf Dream, Yeah.
Guys, I can't tell you the effect that it's just a weave, Egwene. That line like knocked me down when I first read it.
I know. Like, it's just the weave, Egwene.
Egwene, you think you're so smart. We'll get to all that. Let's go in order though. I'll
Sorry.
move to chapter. No, don't apologize. This is great. Best show ever, Ryan.
Out of order, K.
Ryan, best show ever. Am I looking at you, K, if I do it like this?
Yeah, you are.
Jeez,
Am I looking at you or
No,
if I go like
now you're
that,
looking at
then I
me.
look at you? See, that's
But I
so
have
weird. It's
Okay,
opposite.
yeah,
I
my
hate
camera's
it.
backwards.
You
Okay.
know? It's bizarre.
This is called Darkness in the Tower. It's chapter 37. It's the Black Aja icon. We have Gawain point of view.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Rock.
Gawain POV. He's at the Palace Gardens. He's like, you know what? We gotta get out of this place. If it's the last thing we have. So he's like, yeah, I got to split. He's like, I don't know what's up with me and Althor. Yeah, maybe I'm jealous. You know what? He's doing what I should be doing, like leading nations. And here I am sitting in my fucking mom's garden.
In my boxers in my mom's garden.
He's like, you know what? I will be her warder. This is what you know what? That's fine. Fine. My ego isn't as strong. I like Gawain for this, actually.
Gawain.
I hate Gawain more than ever.
Oh,
I hate both of Elaine's brothers. These chapters made me just fucking despise them so much. I already hated them. They're just they're terrible characters, both of them. They're just so cliche and
if
sexy.
he became her warder, he would have to step aside and help her change the world. What was the point of great acts? The recognition they brought or the better lives they created? And he's like, yeah, I have to help her from within her shadow.
Right.
Man, I mean, this is a medieval type situation, and while they've always had queens and whatnot, this is, I love this, man. Yeah, support a strong woman. I'm 100 in support.
Well, it's not what he does that's the problem. They're just bad characters. I mean,
right.
Yeah, on a whole, like you said, very cliche. I get that. I get that, Josh. But I also really did like this part for Gawain. So I'm with you, Dan, on that. You know, like I thought it was really nice.
I will admit, both Gawain and his brother grow a lot in these chapters. Or maybe it's not these chapters, but the past shows chapters in these chapters. I guess is more what it is. All
right. So besides hating Gawain and everything associated with the royal family, which I'm okay with. Are you okay with Gawain's decisions there? What are you? He's like, hey, I'm leaving. He goes to see Elaine, where she's sleeping. He's like, well, I'm gonna go. And she's like, just leave in the morning. He's like, no,
sorry, I'm out now.
But he's like, oh, Elaine and Egwin, they talk in their dreams. That's weird Ice and Ice shit. Okay, you don't need me. Fine, fuck it. I'm just gonna leave now.
Right.
He goes to, this is weird. He goes to the traveling ground. And there's a woman there. Gawain didn't recognize the dark-haired woman, but she seemed to recognize him. She opened up the gateway at his request. He ran through and onto the traveling ground at the White Tower. The gateway vanished right behind him. Gawain started spinning with a curse that had nearly closed right on him. Why had the kid's woman let it vanish so abruptly and so dangerously? A split second sooner, and it would have taken his foot off or worse. What is that?
I don't know. Yeah, it's an interesting one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Super weird.
Yeah, he didn't recognize her, and she was a little snippy with her gateway. She's all the fuck with the FUQ.
Gateway.
The fuck? Then he just runs. He's like, there's no time. I gotta run. He goes to Egwin. Egwin is in the midst of the battle. She's getting Leanne, the wise ones. They show up. They hear that Siobhan and Carolinia are dead. It says that, quote, we are in the middle of our ploy, having a discussion about a fake plot to bring peace to Eredoma as you ordered. Aviana was there. Nynaeve's still up there. She's like, all right, go wake up. When you wake up, go wake up everyone. Because this is still in Tel'aran'rhiod, right? Saren can't go, though. She says, I can't go. Something's odd. Like, so, and Amos is like, yeah, something's fucked up.
Oh, really? Yeah.
I can't leave. She's like, we should have awoken. So that's interesting that the dream spike makes it so you can't leave, like from Tel'aran'rhiod into your sleeping body.
Right. Yeah, that's an interesting one. But Perrin can from the wolf dream, which I thought was interesting. Perrin has no problem. Oh wait, actually, no, he never tried to leave from inside, did he? Yeah. Okay. All right. So are wolves sleeping when they're in the wolf dream?
I think they're partying, man. They're hunting down elk. Fucking and yelling, "Oh, werewolf of London."
Right.
What do you mean sleeping in the wolf dream?
When a wolf is in the wolf dream, are they sleeping? I mean, Hopper's obviously dead and a spirit, but are other wolves, can they just navigate there in their minds at any time? Or do they have to be sleeping in order for them to access the wolf dream?
That's interesting. What do you think?
Wait,
I
say
always
that
assumed.
No,
Is
you
she
go,
in
Kate.
there?
Go ahead.
Does
Do
a
you think
wolf?
that the wolves have to sleep to go into the wolf dream?
I just assumed that they did, but I think that he wasn't asleep, right?
Who?
I think Perrin, was he asleep though?
Perrin's always asleep when he enters the wolf dream.
Hmm.
I don't know if they do.
We see dead wolves there, but we don't see dead humans there
Right. Right.
that we know of.
That we know. Although we did see Brigitte in there as a spirit of the horn.
Okay. Yes,
So-
and who was a dead human.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting. Huh. And well, the wolves, we generally have the wolves hunting at night a lot of times, right?
Yeah,
Or
I
they
do.
sleep at night.
I do think they have to be asleep in order to access it, but it was just I don't know.
Why
It
is it
didn't
always
even-
nighttime? There. It's always nighttime.
I'm not here to answer questions. I'm here to.
No, but
Question
it is
answers.
always nighttime.
Yeah.
Ah.
Um.
Sure.
We haven't gotten to the part where he's like, Gowan turns off the lights. Did we do that already?
No, we haven't gotten there yet.
Okay,
Mhm.
okay.
But Gowan just got to Tavalon. He's running out.
Okay.
Well, hold
Oh yeah,
on. Right now we got parent point of view.
parent.
Ryan, I'm so glad you're here because
I'm
I couldn't do it without you.
sorry. It was turning into the greatest show in the world, and I had to come in and fuck it up.
you
Yes,
did.
no, just. Oh yeah. Slayer's eyes flicker down to Parent's belt. And
Shut up.
then the tip stuck out the top. Tasha.
Nice.
Excellent job.
The
Good
Guys,
Pretty little
so-
asshole.
so
good.
because those combined, I've never been someone to
Just
like necessarily find it comfortable to tuck to have it up into the belt in the penis thing, but I know that there's some people that have done that. But that's what it made me think.
Okay.
The tip
Okay.
stuck out the top. Perrin's eyes flicker down to Perrin's belt. The tip stuck out the top.
Dan,
All
do you and your friends talk about like where you place it?
You
Like I
and
don't know,
your-
you know, he's like, I know some people like to put it up in the middle. I don't know anybody who does that.
Oh yeah, no, Ryan. Yeah,
Is that locker room talk?
Ryan. 1 in 5 people who you know do that.
Honestly, I wish I didn't know.
1 in 5 people you know do that?
Right, a good 20%.
No, it's a solid. That's a solid number, Dan. I feel like.
Yeah, yeah.
In
Yeah.
my knowledge,
Do
of things,
top belt.
my
Do the top
unfortunate
belt
knowledge
tucks.
of this. topic.
No.
Yeah. Just because that's not accurate on this screen. It's not, it's not happening.
I don't want to hear any of this.
I don't want to hear this.
Unfortunately.
I don't want to hear any of this.
Ryan, do you see what happened to the show when you jumped out?
You should never leave again,
Evolved.
right?
Never.
Everything fails without you.
Fully devolved.
So Perrin is running around. He's let's see. Perrin so had tried to think about destroying the thing by thinking of it, but it had been rebuffed. Attacking with a hammer hadn't so much as bent it. His dream spike is buff. Slayer says, "You're grown skilled, young bull."
Young bull.
Right.
He says, "Who are you really?" He says, "A man of two worlds, Perrin Ibarra, and one owned by both. I'll need the dream spike back."
I love that. I mean, we finally get a little information about this guy.
A man of
And he's-
two worlds and one owned by both.
Owned by both.
Okay, what does that mean to you?
For Slayer,
Yeah.
yeah, no, it seems like he's torn between light and dark and is kind of a Gemini in a way.
Oh, nice.
That's how you interpret it? Okay.
Modern
I
terms.
got a different interpretation.
Oh, okay.
So remember how we've always kind of wondered, the way that this was said made me wonder, and also the fact that we're still pending going into the Tower of Genji. We were like, how the fuck did Slayer happen? How are there two personalities in one body? And how can he go disappear into the Tower of Genji, right? We already know he's connected to it. So this made me think the two worlds is the Aelfin and the Eilfin, or one of their worlds and Ranland. And that the way that they became the way they are is because they went through either the gateways or whatever, and somehow when they got spit out back into this world, they were in this mangled, merged state.
Okay.
So that's my quirky theory.
It is quirky.
about Slayer.
Yeah.
He says Luke hates you, hates you
Luke
deeply.
hates you deeply. Yeah.
You know, it's one of my favorite things is when like you're in a death battle and then you stop and chat. That's one of my I think it's real. It's realistic.
It's writing.
I think
Very anime.
yeah. It's very,
Solid writing. I was impressed.
I was like, oh,
let's just
great.
talk about how we can work this out like two men in a dream.
he's like, oh, on guard. Oh, you want my origin story? Well, how about I tell you, but I don't really tell you, so you still guess.
Right.
Hey, Dan, on that note, Dan, we need a Bella, and chat's already calling for it. This Bella brought to you by Dale Hendrickson.
Right, yeah, Anderson.
Okay. Is this super sexy? All right, we're going super.
I have like 4 on this page. It's Gawain. Oh yeah. Egwin's quarters were some way up, and Gawain's pulse was racing. Number 2. He reached a hand toward her neck, but at a faint thump behind. Tie-shy. All right, number 3.
What? That's
I don't
okay.
know.
I don't know. That's an odd one. All right, make it through it without laughing, Dan.
By only a few hairs, Gawain stumbled to the floor with a gurgle. Tie-shy.
What?
What?
Yeah.
Like
Guys, a few hairs?
hairs as in rabbits?
No, HAIRS. Hair, a few pubes.
like
Like,
a few
It
pubes?
makes you get. All right, now think of it.
he
Now think of
inhaled
it
the
like that.
pubes.
By
Your
only a few
imagination.
hairs. By
Only
only
a
a
few
few hairs. Carrick stumbled to the floor with a gurgle. Tasha.
Oh my god.
Creepy. Creepy as fuck.
No. Okay. All right.
Is that it? One more.
That's it. No, that's it.
All right.
Poop.
Oh, wait.
Poop.
Wait, you missed one.
Oh, tell me, girl.
Oh,
Ryan Zoomer in.
Oh, God.
Keep the music going.
dear God. There's a bug in my room.
And you're
Wait, what the type?
you.
Oh. Egwin threw herself from the bed and knelt beside him. Taisha.
Nice.
Nice.
Choppy, but there.
Dale Hendrickson, thank you so much.
What we got a what? Super
Right.
chat?
We got a super chat.
Dale!
I don't even know.
You lovely little human. With a dream
Dale
spike.
Hendrickson.
You
Dale
cannot
Hendrickson.
travel into an active yes. What?
Dale Hendrickson.
Travel into an active BS.
You know what, Dale? I think
What does
you
that mean?
have earned capitalizing your last name. Well done.
Well done.
You may promote yourself and capitalize that H, buddy boy.
Dream spike. You cannot travel into an active dream spike. I think. that's like-
It might be like the lowercase h might be just like a statement. Like
Oh, I like that actually. Yeah. No,
Hey, you never know.
no, he's
Like-
Dale, and it's just Hendrickson back there.
Dale.
I like it.
He's-
Thank you, Dale. You're the best.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Super awesome.
We so Gawain, jumps up to Egwin's place, and two of his like youngling pals are like, hey, Gawain's running, let's run with him. Hey, wait up, Gawain.
Wait up,
We're
buddy.
coming. Hey, Gawain, remember me?
We're coming.
Drink.
So he runs up. He sees blurs of darkness in her room. She's asleep. She has like the I don't know, mosquito netting around her to prevent malaria.
Mm-hmm.
But it's made of silk, I think, right?
oh,
Anyways.
obviously.
He comes in.
Egwin.
Go ahead.
Silken.
No, I mean, what do you think Egwin's gonna have burlap?
No, that's a good point. It's an airline seat. Airline seat isn't shaky. So, guys, we have 3 sword forms listed. I want you to tell me individually which one you think is the coolest, just by the name.
Oh
all
my
right,
God.
Krista,
These
you
were
go
so-
first.
These were so great.
There
Sword
is
form off.
apple blossom. Do you even sword form, bro?
Do you even sword form, bro?
There are
I
I
apple
want
blossom.
to do like dance moves to these. I was like, oh, these should just be dance moves, which basically they are because they're like sword.
All right. Well, now you got to do it. Oh, Dan's
Yeah.
gonna do it. Okay.
Oh no!
Yeah.
I'd
you're
rather.
actually-
I'd rather
Chrissy.
Kay do it, but
No,
yeah, no,
I'm not
please,
dressed
no.
to
Let's have Chris.
come
I'm
on.
not dressed to dance. No,
You-
honey. Thank you anyway.
All right.
I was
She's
raised,
not
you
wearing
know.
clothes.
I know, no
I'm
pants.
sorry. I joined naked from the waist down, so
It's
The Empress is
amazing.
not rose.
Did you see our numbers just went up 500%?
jump onto Discord, everybody. I am backstage, but mute yourselves, please.
Mute
Okay.
yourselves.
Please.
Here are the 3 sword forms in this POV. Gawain does. Apple blossoms in the wind. Which here's what I think it looks like, right?
Why? Yeah, do it. Totally Tay in the Wayne. That's totally Nell.
And then cat on hot sand.
Oh yeah.
And there's 4. I'm sorry, I said 3. There's 4. Lizard in the thorn bush.
Oh, so good. This is like a dodge and weave situation.
And then the river undercuts the bank, which is
Awesome.
That works.
so
like
apple blossoms in the wind, cat on hot sand, lizard in the thorn bush, the river undercuts the bank. Which one do you think is the coolest, guys?
Oh God.
I like the river.
Just rank them. River undercuts the bank.
Yeah, that's right.
No,
That's right.
lizard.
All right, lizard. Lizard.
Are the
So
other two?
lizard in the thorn bush is weird
cat.
because cat on hot sand.
So awesome. Can't
Apple
not see that
blossoms in the
here.
wind.
Apple blossoms in the wind is just Nell all the way around, and I love it. That really is number 1.
Right? Maybe
I
that
think
should be a
going
poll.
under the water under the bridge.
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah,
It's
you
like
type all that
forgiveness.
shit.
Yeah, the river
Water.
undercuts the bank.
The river undercuts.
Oh,
I think that's my favorite. That's
Yeah, you
definitely
like
my
that one?
favorite. Mhm.
Yeah,
Dan's
I like
interpretation
that one too.
is pretty solid. I like that. put it
And
in-
actually, it was one of the shadows, the assassins. It looks a lot like the river undercuts the bank.
All right.
And then a third shows up, and they were just like, "Oh, we're just playing." Now we got all 3, and they all 3 attack at once. Boom! Jump into Perrin. And Perrin is just running around. He's just running around. Hopper's there. Hopper's like, "Hey," he's like, "How'd you find me?" He's like, "You're foolish. You're loud."
You're a dumb boy. Okay.
Dumb,
Yeah.
dumb boy.
So Slayer had shot an arrow at him. It says the pouch was gone. The arrow Slayer had fired at his waist had sliced it free, but he didn't have the dream spike anymore.
Whoops.
Yeah.
Whoop.
Whoopsie daisies.
So he
Aaron
and
strikes again.
so he and Hopper just start with his dog just running away. Then it jumps to Egwin. Egwin, it's been hours, no wait, minutes. She's been fighting. Freaking what's her name dies? Where? Oh, so she so Egwin kills Black Sisters. Not Eveline, but Mestra.
Mm-hmm. And she's like,
she was a total Mestra. Like everyone knew that she was one hot Mestra.
one hot Mistra. Yeah.
Eveline, she imagined that Eveline became like mentally regressed.
Mm-hmm.
It says, quote, She imagined Eveline being stupid, unable to think, unable to react. The woman's eyes glazed over and her mouth opened. We all know what happens.
What happened there?
By the way, Tai Shar, guys.
That's like me mid-sentence every time I'm trying to get a thought out.
Egwin appears.
Yeah.
The woman's eyes glazed over.
Just glazed over.
Thought was
Yeah, that's about once an episode for KK.
Yeah. It's true.
It's
Awesome.
true.
True.
Well,
She now had the mind of a child.
Masana almost takes Egwin.
almost.
Egwin, like, she feels herself getting compulsed.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, no. She bounces to her room.
Yep.
Which is
There's
pretty impressive.
It is
Like-
pretty impressive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
She's gotten a lot stronger, I think. Right?
Mhm.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Nynaeve kills the Black Sister. She says, I managed to hit Notori with a blast of fire. She's dead. Good, says Egwin. The Black Aja stole 19 Terangral. That might give us an estimate of how many Black Aja
I'm
we have.
in there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's cool.
She's all right. So she sees another Black Sister, Sonor. And then suddenly she hears what's it? Egwin was about to leave when a voice hissed, "Foolish child, your pattern is obvious." She sees Bear.
Yes.
She's all, "You're being dumb." And then a wall explodes, and she's like, "Well, no more sneaking. Time to just
Come out blazing.
come out blazing." So I just started blasting.
Let's talk more rock.
Pew pew.
So, all right, Ryan. And then it jumps to Perrin. And I got 2 tie stars. Yeah, thank you.
Nice. Nice.
They entered a bedroom hung with bro.
No,
Bro.
with bro.
What?
Hold on. No,
Wrong with bro? Did you
I'm
cut
with
off the
bro,
word?
bro.
they entered a bedroom hung with bro. Yes.
Hung with bro.
Hung with bro.
We're gonna-
Is that-
you're skipping
Is that a
by
haiku?
Oh, brah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, bro.
Yeah.
Came in
Bro.
hanging- bro. Yeah, bro. Good job.
He enters.
Love
Yeah,
it.
it's a haiku, guys. He enters a bedroom hung with bro.
Press.
Awesome. So,
Pressed against the wall nearby intently.
Okay, I like that. I like that. Wait,
You don't like the edge of the bedroom hung with bro? Dude, that's so funny. Oh, man.
Okay. If we're
I
gonna
think it-
stand
yeah.
by Dan's, like, okay, wait, hold on. Where'd it go? I knew I was gonna fucking lose it. Oh yeah, here we go. The flap rustled, and she had entered with a water skin.
Oh,
If we're going by Dan's rules, then Ty Shar motherfucker.
Ty Shar, motherfucker.
What? It says flap and skin.
it does. It does. You're not wrong.
So Perrin is like, all right, so they're chasing after Slayer. Slayer has the spike. They're like, oh, he's like, hey, Hopper, you keep chasing him. I'll cut him off at the pass. I know a shortcut. It's called magic. Hopper's like, you got it. They're running. He's like, as he's going, though, he sees that there's some Aes Sedai fighting. And he's like, Egwin? And Egwin's like, Perrin? I ain't got time for this shit. Perrin, you gotta stay the... Perrin, you're not a... Perrin, I'm gonna tie you up in ropes. And Perrin's like, these loose ropes that don't even tie. She's like,
Okay, what? Wait. Pause the brakes. What the fuck was she doing? She's just like, yeah, why? In the middle of a battle, you bind your fucking good friend? He's just going to be like hanging there waiting to get killed? What a stupid person. Dad, get that head out of the screen. All right.
Oh my
You
god.
can
Oh my god.
Tyshawn.
So Arlecene is so busy. She's so busy. Even in her dreams, she's like, "Fuck, Perrin, I don't have time for you. God damn. Kid, did you make an appointment to be in danger? You know what? I'm too busy." Suddenly, she ties ropes around him. He's like, "These are slack. These are dumb." The woman jumps out.
Like
A woman
Wheel of Time, the
breaks out.
90s sitcom.
It says that Perrin didn't need to know what she was doing. He was a wolf. He was the ruler of this place. Weaves were meaningless. He imagined the woman's attack missing him. He knew it would be so. She sends a bar of white hot light. We all know the bar of white hot light. Ryan. Later,
Tyshar?
after the show,
Tyshar?
you want to be at the bar of white hot light.
Oh god.
I don't want to be anywhere near you and your bar of white hot light.
And
That's my bar.
the light vanished as if stopped by his palm. Eggman said, "Balefire? You stopped Balefire? Nothing can be able to do that. It's just a weave," Perrin said.
Oh my god.
Just a
He's
weird
like, "You know what, Eggman?
child.
I don't got time for you. I'm busy on my own shit."
Nobody got time for that.
She's like, "You know what? I'll talk to you later, but be careful. This place is super dangerous. You probably shouldn't be here." Bolts, and she's like, "The fuck, FUQ."
He's like, the fuck? Hey,
fuck?
when is the last time Egwin and Perrin have seen each other face to face?
When they were wandering together in the desert.
Seriously.
You know?
Yeah.
It's been
Wait,
a while.
Wait, Perrin in the desert?
BRB.
Don't get the show confused with the book. Yeah, I mean, my memory is we're talking book one.
Book one. Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah.
It's been a while.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
hold on. Does she? So she does not know about Fail?
no, she didn't know shit. He's like, "Oh, you're Amerlin." Oh no, he goes, "Oh, I guess you're Ace Sedai. That's cool. You deserve it." Right, like, and then later on, she's like, "Look at him. How did he get, to be so whatever?" Like,
Right.
damn it, this is a long time. Chad, how long has it been? Book 4 in the Stone tier. Okay, were they together in the? Was he in the tier? Okay, I guess so.
Yeah, because then that Rand pretended to hate him.
Right.
Oh, they had the fake fight. Okay.
Yeah, the fake fight. The Mean Girls. Yeah.
Mean girl.
But yeah, that's like 10 books, 9 to 10 books back. That's crazy.
Yeah. String Flame
Yeah,
even
it's been a
suggested
while.
may have been
It's
book
been a
37.
long while.
Yeah.
That's
And I was so happy first time reading this and second time. Like, I love this scene. Absolutely love it. Like, Perrin comes in like a superhero.
Yeah, he's badass here. Yeah.
And it's just a weave. The concept behind that is just crazy.
Yeah.
It's just a weave.
What? It's just a weave.
Well, you know what? And I think, if this interaction had not happened with Perrin, would Egwin have been able to free herself of the Anna?
I don't think so.
I don't think so, no.
Yeah, I don't either. I think that she
So,
was
yeah,
accepting
all
that
interconnected,
nightmare.
he had to be here in order for things to go the way they did. You know.
And that calls back to what you're saying, like Taverin shit, right? Like he
I'm
needed
not sure
to be
if
there.
we were talking about that earlier, Ryan, but yeah, I do think that this is like very much Taverin. Like Perrin's Taverin led him to bring the Dream Spike to Andor. or to
Tarvalon. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Nice. We jump to Gawain. It ends. Perrin's like, yeah, bye, Egwin. Be careful. He's like, Hopa, where are you? And he his only reply was a sudden, terrifying sending of pain. Jumps to Gawain. We get 3. All right, one's a repeat, but we get 3 sword forms again. Yep. Tell me your favorite. The one who made the finals here was the river undercuts the bank. That makes the second appearance. It goes up against Hummingbird Kisses the Honey Rose versus the Cyclone Rages. Ryan, show me the Cyclone Rages.
Okay. Test. All right. Imagine my favorite comic. What were they called? No, cartoon characters back in the day.
Mm-hmm. The Tasmanian Devil?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Was there a stab in there, or were they all stabs?
No, he's yeah, I killed 10 people right there. You didn't see it?
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Awesome.
How about Hummingbird Kisses the Honey Rose?
Dan, what does that look like?
I think that's the most sexual of them.
Yeah, I
sure.
Yeah, I know. It's going to be like...
Definitely the most sexual of them.
There we go. Yeah.
Excuse me.
What are you doing?
Kissing the Honey Rose. What?
You look like you're going down on someone behind the camera.
Was I? I don't know what that sword form is. It sounded too sexy. All right, speaking of...
This is...
You're going to like these, right?
Yeah, I'll be the judge of that. I hate that one.
He took it with a grunt.
Okay, that works. Wait,
another one.
Yeah. We've all been there.
He took it with a grunt?
Yeah.
With a brief tug. Shy. With a brief tug, right? Come on.
Yeah. We've all been there too.
He took it with a grunt. So this is Gawain. Gawain. Let me pop. Yeah.
No.
Gawain is in the fight for his life. He's got 3 shadowy, blurry dudes attacking him, and he is bloodied. His leg is wet. His shoulder's wet. He's undercutting rivers, banks. He's kissing honey roses. He's cyclone raging. But he was like, shadows. How can a man be expected to fight against shadows? But then he remembers, where there's light, there must be shadows. So he just cuts off the lamp. He claps twice. He goes, clap off.
The clapper. Yeah.
The room is dark, and he kills one of them. He's listening. He hears a little rustling. What is it? Hummingbird Kisses the Honey Rose. Fucking kills that dude. Longer distracted by the mist and fingers, and his strike hit true, sinking into flesh.
Drink.
And then he's like the last assassin. He's like, he taps his foot. He's like, doo, 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 so he can hear where the guy's coming from. Dude just goes ahead, cuts. It says, he tapped his foot and raised his blade to protect his neck, praying to the light that the attack came low. It did, cutting deeply into his side. He took it with a grunt, but then his sword hissed. With a brief tug, it sliced true. A thump followed, a decapitated head bouncing off the wall. And then he just falls. He reaches out to Egwin's hand, like as he's falling. He's like, her hand was somewhere around there. It was like a real War of the Roses, right? I remember when he reaches for his hand when she's dying, and then she throws his hand away and she dies.
Was that after the cat pate?
It was at the very end, yeah. His last thoughts was that he still didn't know whether or not she was dead.
Right.
Let me mute real fast. I got
Dan just took it with a grunt.
I just mucused out. Oh, I'm so mucusy right now.
Wait, Dan, you missed this one. Going slumped against the bed, gushing.
There you go.
That's awesome.
Well, yeah, but it said blood gushing. I don't take words away.
Yes, you do. How dare you?
I don't.
What the frack are you talking
What?
I know.
Bro.
They
Bro.
always are as they read.
Bro.
That's why no. Stand by it. Then we got Masana. Masana's talking to Katerin. It's like, we can't find that thing you described, which we assume is probably the dream spike, right? Is that what?
Yeah.
Masana's like, somehow the Aes Sedai had found a dream spike. How they located it is such a treasure. Says the ability to forbid gateways into your place of refuge. Well, that was a vital tool. It was more effective than wards, protecting one's dreams from any intrusion. And it stopped all forms of traveling in or out of the area except for those.
About the Masana attack, I love how Egwene essentially like Pokemons here. She like calls on her inner Amerlin, right?
Yeah.
Masana
And like
does?
no, Egwene.
No.
Egwene defeats Masana by calling on all past Amerlins
Yes.
for their strength, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's not her as the individual who's battling her, but it's her as the last in this lineage of powerful women, right?
Yeah.
It's just an interesting. It was well done the way that it's constructed.
I think we're also
I
getting
agree.
a grasp of just like how powerful this thing is and how coveted this dream spike is. But it sounds like, ooh, I don't know how these bitches got one, but I want it. And and it says that.
Well, we know that there are two of them. That whoever gave this one to Slayer had another one.
Right. But it says stops all forms of traveling in and out of the area except for those allowed. So apparently there's a backstage pass or a cheat code.
Yeah, there's a magnetic bracelet, like a dog collar that lets you in.
Yeah. It disarms it.
It's really funny.
So Masana places the weave on Katerin before she goes, but she's like, "Yeah, we're gonna capture her." Then it jumps to Perrin. Perrin sees Slayer. Slayer is holding up Hopper by the scruff of its neck. The wolf has an arrow in its side, and blood is all dripping down its leg. But Hopper's still alive, but it's weak.
Hopper.
Slayer's like, found your dog. Throws it off the wall. Perrin goes, no, Hopper. He jumps off and he's like, oh, wait, why am I jumping? I'll just poof. He poofs, catches the dog, but they fall. Let's see. He says the Slayer was so strong. He smelled wrong, like staleness and wolf's blood. Oh, how about this, right? You don't really have to do it, but I'll just do a touch. All right, yeah. Throbbing as he and Slayer tumbled. Taishar. Throbbing. He catches Hopper, Hopper takes another arrow. Thunk. That arrow goes so deep into Hopper that it hits Perrin in his leg. Perrin's like, ow, that hurts. Must really hurt Hopper. Hopper's like, young bull.
You're here too strong.
Yeah. He says, goodbye, Albara. Slayer says, raising his bow. It looks like I killed 5 wolves today. And Perrin imagines himself strong and not faint. He felt his heart become hale again, his veins filled with energy. He yelled, head clearing enough to make himself vanish and appear standing behind Slayer. He swings his hammer, and Slayer's just like, punk. I don't give a fuck, punk. But he says, you can't heal yourself. There are ways, but simply imagining yourself well does not work. You do seem to have figured out how to replenish your blood, however, which is useful. Is that what we just saw?
Yeah. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Blood transfusion. Mental blood transfusion.
Yeah. Yeah. Just zip.
Zoop.
Perrin's like, oh shit. What's that terror I feel? Oh, look, it's a nightmare. He pushes Slayer and they go into the nightmare. And that's where it ends. That chapter.
Yeah.
There was a lot going on in that chapter, all in Tel'aran'rhiod.
Yeah.
And the next chapter is a straight continuation of that. But is there anything else that you wanted to mention, Kay, about chapter 37?
Yeah, no, I mean, it was
Hopper.
I don't know. It was a little discombobulated for me all the way around, but like there were a lot of important things that, happen, and the whole Slayer situation is fucking weird. I
love it.
Yeah.
Slayer's so interesting. It's such an interesting character.
Yeah, definitely. It keeps me on my toes, and I enjoyed it probably because of the Slayer aspect of it more than anything, honestly.
Yeah.
The Hopper stuff, like, why does he have to die twice, kind of thing?
Poor guy. Second death.
So
Dying of death.
And then it's in the dream world, so it's like really super final. Is that right?
Yeah, permanent.
Yeah.
Are we ever going to hear Hopper's voice in his head? Those
Hopper
italicized.
POV?
Hopper, come back.
He's like super
or is he
dead
gone?
now.
Is he gone for good? Is he gone? Gone?
Is he gone?
I think that dog might be dead. Nah.
Pick me up before you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's go on to chapter 38. It's called Wounds. It has the snake kind of winding through a square.
Snack.
And it is Egwene in battle. She is killing blacks. And then she sees Masana. Oh, look, this woman is freaking. It says Masana, black clothes swirling about her. Edwin gritted her teeth and sent herself away. She didn't dare face her. Masana had not fled or hid, as Moginian might have. Likely she needed Egwin's death to prove a victory before the Dark One. And she's like, oh shit, well, this is weird that she popped up. When Ryan comes back, I have a couple good ones here. But Egwene is like, well, shit. I'm a Aes Sedai, and I'm a dreamer. And what Perrin said was true. I do certain things are good with weaves, but certain things I should just dream away. Amos, she can't channel. She's a badass in here. Nicola.
Nicola.
The girl fell and landed, bloodied, eyes unseeing. Egwene cursed, kneeling. The girl wasn't breathing. Melane's like, hey, this place is too dangerous. You should split, Egwene. She's like, nope. Let's see. She's blah, 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 blah. It says this spear, blah blah blah. All right, so she throws. There's a spear that gets thrown. A spear pierced the weaves of air and fire into Masana's neck. The woman who she thinks is Masana turns into Katerin. She's like, Katerin? That's not Masana. What? And then click from behind her, an Adam gets clicked around her neck. Something snap around her neck, something cold and metallic, something familiar and terrifying. The source fled her in a moment, for she was no longer authorized to hold it. And there was Masana. She's like, you guys are such unruly children. She shifts somewhere, taking Egwin with her to like this little stone cave with no door. And she's like, tell me about the dream spike. She's like, the what now? What? What? I didn't bring that. And she says this. She's like thinking, she's like, and I said I can suffer all things, for only then can he truly be a servant of all. She says, it occurs to me, Masana, that Mogideon made a mistake. She accepted the Adam. In this place, an Adam is as meaningless as the weaves it prevents. It's only a piece of metal. And it'll only stop you if you accept that it will. And the Adam unlocked and fell free from her neck.
Such a good moment.
Yeah. The son's like, you think you can best me? I'm walking Teleran around before you were your daddy's tickle in his ball sack, Egwin. I've every rock, tree, it has my DNA on it. You understand?
I've been pissing in these dream trees since before you could even be a blink in your mama's dreams, okay?
And Egwin's like, bitch, I'm an Amerlin. You don't understand. I'm from a line of Amerlins now. Amerlin to a tower that has stood for thousands of years of troubles and chaos. Yet most of your life, you lived in a time of peace.
Okay, I loved this part. You know, this was really empowering because then she just like imagines herself, you know, as strong as the tower itself and unwavering, right? And she, and she just, it's like mind over matter type shit, and it's very like, you know, hoity-toity and a little ridiculous, but also it's nice to see something like, oh, if you believe it that much in your dreams, then you can live it. It's very Disney.
Well, I guess power
in a way, but like, you know, like there, power of conviction, and also little Disney.
Yeah. Masana's trying to compulse her. She's like, you will bend. Egwin says, you're mistaken. It's not about me. Egwin Alvear is a child, but the Amerlin is not. I may be young, but the seat is ancient. This place is about what a person is. The Amerlin is the White Tower, and the White Tower will not bend. It defies you, Masana, and your lies. And suddenly, Egwin knew that this woman, this creature, was an insignificant insect showing against an enormous mountain. That mountain would not move, instead shove against it too hard, and something snapped softly in the room. Masana hit the ground with her eyes still open and a little bit of spit dribbling from the corner of her mouth. Regression. She's like, yep. The woman cooed suddenly like a child, eyes watching a bit of burning fire on the remnants of a tapestry. Bam. Egwin did that twice to people now.
Yeah. What did she do though exactly? Like, how did she do that?
She just lobotomizes them.
She's like zoop.
Yeah, they become like you ever seen One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest?
Yeah. Click. Just chunks out a part of their brain, huh? With her.
Yeah, just pow. It
Yeah.
just something explodes, and they're like, I mean, it says something snapped softly in the
Snapped.
room. There
Yeah.
was something like something broke, like
Yeah,
physically
yeah.
broke.
Yeah. That's why it's weird. That's why it feels weird to me, because it doesn't feel like, oh, then she had all these indications that she had regressed to a childlike state and gone insane and had no like wherewithal anymore. It's like something broke, a sound in the room happened that made a breaking sound, and then
And
she's
suddenly
just lobotomized.
You're right. Right. Cooing at a fire like a baby.
Yeah. It's
Gross.
really bizarre. It's a bizarre jump of like visuals for me.
So let me ask you, Kay, is this a condition that the Great Lord can fix if they choose to?
That's a good question. I like that.
Yeah, right? Yeah, I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe if there's like some oath set in place with the Great Lord that is like some sort of reparative situation. No matter what happens or who may like arbitrarily and very ambiguously lobotomize you in whatever way, like we'll totally fix that every time. It's in your contract.
I think the only way it can be fixed is killing her all the way, and then like re-bodying her, like he did with Lanfear and the other Forsaken.
Oh yeah,
Josh, do you agree that
just like throwing them into another body?
Do you agree that something broke? There was an audible snap.
Yeah, there was a snap. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So she like broke her brain.
Yeah.
Okay.
Popped it.
Freaking Egwin, man. Savage.
It's a weird way to write
your brain. This is your brain on drugs.
Yeah. Any questions? Then the wise one.
Is this? Wait, I have a question. Actually, I'm sorry. I can't. This is so bizarre to me.
Please.
Like,
please.
Okay, Josh, is your interpretation of this like that the snap is just the way that he wrote her going insane, or like Egwin?
I think like brain damage.
Like okay, but
I mean, that's how I read it, but
okay.
I could be convinced otherwise. What about you? How did you read it?
No, I did read it that way, but it just feels flimsy. I guess it just doesn't. I don't know. It's not totally clear what happened, and
it wasn't her brain snapping. It was something snapped softly in the room. It was basically like their one power battle, and then like something snapped, and the power Egwin's went through. Right?
Is that like her weed? Like the sound of her weed?
I imagine it's like how in
or something.
You might not know, but in Star Wars, how when they're like fighting, or like Harry Potter, when like Voldemort and Harry are like fighting, and there's this like red and green like forces like against one another, and then like Harry is like going back. I imagine it's like that, and then like something snapped, and like Masana's fell down, and Egwin's went through and just like blew her brains out, basically. Like,
huh. Okay, yeah. I wish that I had gotten like the creative description of like her like brains being blown out, though. Like something physically happening to where it made sense to why
Masana dropped like a doll made of strips of cloth. She hit the ground with her eyes still open. A little bit of spittle dribbled from the corner of her mouth. I mean, sounds like her brain got boiled or whatever, like.
Yeah. You know what? I can't even wait for Red. I don't even need the music. This one is so good, and I'll forget.
Then sat down, dazed, breathing in and out in gasps.
So good.
Oh, hold on, Josh. You get your chance. All right. Blast sounded from the right, and Egwin peeked around balls. Tyshar. All right, do it, Josh. Lay down.
Egwin fades in and out with a gasp as the air returned to normal. No, sorry, it's this one. It's this one.
Okay.
Egwin sat down, breathing in and out in gasps.
End it. Touch
Touch shot.
All right, there you go. Ah, there you go. Clink.
All right. Are we ready to move on?
Yeah. Are you peeking around balls?
I have Masana hanging limply, but nothing else, you know?
So the wise ones see Egwin with Masana. They're like, hey, who's that drooling
Pile of woman over
thing?
there.
Yeah, she's like, oh yeah, that's Masana. And they're all,
Was. Shh, don't tell her.
whoa, you're a badass now. Hey, too bad she's
That
not
cat
you.
meme?
Right? Oh, god damn. Jumps to Perrin. Perrin is all right. He's in Tarvalon still. In the nightmare. And the nightmare is like a Tarvalon based nightmare. It seems that there's lava everywhere. Tarmogoyden's happening. Lava's pouring through them.
There's lava strewn everywhere.
It's a real lava based.
Real lava based situation here.
The floor is lava, Dan.
Yes, John.
All right, guys. All right.
Lava.
I gotta do it. I gotta do it by myself. I got two of them real fast.
Okay.
Perrin stumbled, pulling himself. Tashar. This one's better.
Nice.
Oh, I got two more. All right, this one's not so good. Incorporating him, sucking him. Tashar.
What? That's great.
That was pretty
That's
good.
totally good. Solid.
Incorporating him, sucking him. Last one.
Sucking.
This one I like. In Perrin's fingers, his eyes open wide. Perrin rammed. Tashar.
Nice.
Okay.
And rammed.
Nice. Perrin rammed. Also, his fingers wouldn't grip.
Hold on. Do it again.
No, I just wanted to train off yours. His
All right,
fingers
fine.
wouldn't grip. Oh.
Tashar! So, he is still fighting Slayer. Slayer's got the terrain rail hung at his waist.
Cat on hot sand. That's all I can see. Cat on hot sand.
He sees that Slayer's kind of believing every once in a while in this nightmare. He's a little scaredy cat sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And so here's the thing. Perrin imagined himself as someone else. Azi Althone, one of the Two Rivers men. So Azi Althone, come on, we've never heard of Azi Althone. This has got to be one of Brandon Sanderson's like friends, right?
I don't.
He has a friend named Azi.
He's like, I'll totally put you in the book if you
I'll
give
totally
me a
put
ride
you
to
in the
the
book.
mall today. Okay, just do it. Just
I
do
mean,
it.
I did meet a guy at JordanCon one time who claimed that he was in the Cosmere. So it's not entirely impossible to imagine.
We Tom DeSimone is in the book.
Tom is in the
Matt
book,
Hatch, the innkeeper, is in the book.
Yeah.
I know that he did this several times, but so I'm looking at him like, oh, we're making up a random Two Rivers guy. We know more Two Rivers guys than almost anyone, and suddenly this is like his best friend that he's thinking of. Come on.
Right.
I know you couldn't like recall someone from the first book, you know.
Come on. He couldn't have picked Will Alcine,
Well, I'll
Do a
see.
callback, you little
John Thane.
nothing.
Someone we
It's fine.
know. Yeah. So he essentially grabs the freaking training rail, throws it into the lava. Lava works, burns it up.
It's cool.
Why does this work? Because
Fascinating. I don't know. It's a really good question.
Perrin believed it was good. Did belief have anything to do with it? If no one believed it would happen, would it have happened? I don't understand.
I think it's that the dreamer believes that it's real.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I got. Is that if the dreamer believes that it's real, then it happens. It's like as easy as that.
But we have a physical object. So in the dream,
It's there, dude. It's
in the
there
dream,
too strong.
Tarvalon was burning from lava.
Dude, it's
but
there too
Tarvalon does
strongly,
not
though.
dream. It does not burn from lava.
But it's the object is there too strongly, young bull.
Young bull.
Okay. Because it was brought in the flesh, it could
Yeah.
then be burned
object
by
was brought in
imaginary lava.
Right. Yeah. I think.
Why didn't it break when Perrin tried to hit it with a hammer or tried to will it away or shit like that? Why?
Because
it seemed
it's
to have
not-
some strength.
Dude. Okay. Are you missing the fucking Lord of the Rings reference here?
Oh.
Okay. Well, okay.
I am.
All right.
Explain it.
Minds of
I mean, not
Mordor.
anymore.
Explain. But
Minds of Mordor. The only way to destroy the Ring of Power is to throw it into the lava in the mines of Mordor.
oh, okay.
All right.
Okay. So
I'm open to being wrong. Smack me down, chat.
Aren't they in lava right now, though?
It said a short
There's just
distance
lava
to his
there.
right,
Like
a melted lump of metal lay on the ground. Perrin smiled.
Parents
Said, like Slayer, the Triangle was here from the real world, and like a person, it could
For
be
one.
broken and destroyed here. But I don't.
Perrin
Again, I
cracked
don't
his
know why
first
his hammer didn't.
smile.
Well, okay. Think about it this way, Dan. Hopper told Perrin that in a nightmare you can die for real.
Well, just any, yeah, or that
In
they're
any
you get
place.
in the wolf dream you die for real, like any.
You die, right? You die.
But
for real.
they're more dangerous because you start believing the nightmare, and then you can't. You lose your kind of like
Yeah. Yeah.
control.
Right. Right.
But it was hinted at. He thought of it because he noticed that
Slayer looked into the distance at the mountain.
yeah,
And that's
Dragon
where
Mountain,
that's where the Mines of Mordor. That's what leads me to think it's a Lord of the Rings reference, subconscious or otherwise. Is that he looks at the mountain in the distance, which is what we're doing the entire time in the fucking Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
The mountain is in the distance, and it's all a journey to get there. It's just ours happens in like one chapter instead of across 3 books.
By the way, you are getting called out here. It's the Pit of Doom, the mines.
Doom.
Okay, Pit of Doom.
Yeah,
Thank
what
you.
Glenn said.
Wow.
Difference.
Oh
The
my.
word is wrong,
Josh.
but the idea is valid.
I mean,
Inability
you
to
know,
jump from one crazy ass fucking world to another is ridiculous.
Damn, Dovey, Jesus.
Yeah, our mom is everything negative.
Yes.
It jumps to Egwin.
I love how that's the one you take full offense to, Josh. Damn, Dobie.
Damn.
Damn.
Yeah, that's a trap track right there.
With a sigh, eyes still closed, she breathed in. Tasha.
Nice shot.
I don't know. It's all right.
Wait,
Egwin
that was
wakes
almost
up.
romantic. Tie shirts
Yeah.
can't be romantic, then.
No, she breathed in. No, it was more Harlequin than anything.
It's a horrible place.
She wakes up. She's like, this is amazing. I had a great sleep. I kicked some ass. I turned Masana into a non-functioning human. We're look at me.
And she's like, "What's that smell?
What's that
I didn't
smell?"
realize we were all ready to Egwene waking. Sorry. What's that smell? Yeah.
You know what happens?
What's all over my mosquito netting?
What she smells when you die, apparently everyone shits their pants. So she woke up to 4 dead people with shit pants and 1 dude bleeding out.
Honestly, I feel like time worked very differently here. So, how long they were in these shit pants and how long they were rotting in this state is TBD.
They weren't rotting. They aren't rotting. It's like
we don't know that, Josh. It could have been.
You don't know that, Josh.
It could have been 15
you
years.
You don't know.
This time.
Could have been 15 years.
Situation is like slicing a fucking cake.
Gowan would have been bled out like a fucking.
Smells like Teen Spirit.
Ryan, can we form a band right now called Shit Pants Marky?
Shit Pants Marky. Oh, so yeah, I mean, like when everyone's like, "Oh, the smell of death." Yeah, they're pooping. There's a lot of poop.
There's lots of
poop.
Lots of gross.
I think everything just comes out.
Everything does come out. Also, you liquefy after a certain amount of days. So
it's just mung down, mung all the way down.
What was that smell? What it says? What was that smell? Hadn't she left a lamp burning? Maybe the smell was
mung.
Like when the pilot light is out, but the gas is still going. She's like,
I interpreted it as the dream spike melting in the nightmare.
That's what she
Like
smelled.
the smell of the metal slag
burning through her dream.
Burning through the dream.
That might make sense if it happened like in a room, but I think it happened like somewhere else in the tower, right?
It happened in a nightmare.
I kind of like.
Yeah, but not. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
But I know, but he's like, please stop saying that word, Ryan. I'll just make up anything.
Egwene wakes up with a sigh. She smiles. She breathes in deep. Great. She looks around.
Oh my god! Quick!
Oh my god!
She's like, oh my dear sweet Wesley. It says the translucent curtain of her bed had been sprayed red with blood, and 5 bodies littered the floor.
Yum.
She's like, Owen. She says, help! The Amberlin needs help. The Amberlin, help! Aid to the Amberlin. He's like, you didn't leave the lights on. You got my message. She's like, I didn't fucking listen to your message. Help! Like,
who listens to voicemails anymore? Text me, you asshole.
I'm so busy.
Honestly,
nobody got time for that.
The most ridiculous thing.
She finds out that the assassins were not Forsaken. They were Shanshan. She's like,
they were Shanshan. Shaken.
She's like, she's yelling, no, Sean Shaken. Do the Sean Shaken.
Sean Shaken.
Do the Sean Shaken.
Do the shaking, Sean Shaken.
Shaking, Sean Shaken.
Sean Shaken, do the shaking, Sean Shaken. Okay.
She's like, the only way I can save you is if you'll be my warder. I gotta bond you. Is that cool? I want consent. He's like, baby, it's been cool forever.
You can bond me
only
anytime.
if you want to, you know.
He's like, I want ecstatic consent. Ecstatic consent right now.
Can you be more enthusiastic?
Can you be more enthusiastic?
I'm not really buying it.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mother.
Sell it.
I'm sorry, Mother. You'll have to give me a blowjob first.
I really need this. She's like, of course I want you as my warder and my husband. He's like, that's
finally.
It's a lot to lay on a guy when he's bleeding. I gotta go talk to my mom. Then it goes, Oh, so yeah, they bought.
Why are you on your back there? Get up. Okay. Whew.
Yeah, because Ryan, I wasn't doing this. You know
Okay,
the
there's a very
difference.
difference. Okay.
Oh, God. Yeah. If I'm like this, kind of looking, and I got
All right,
my hand
yeah.
here, I'm ready for the rap.
Hey there, good.
So she feels his emotions and his pain. Yeah, as it was. And then it goes to Perrin. Perrin is talking to Fael. He wakes up. She's like, "Oh, we tried to wake you, but they said don't." The gateways are working again, and mostly everyone is through. He's like, "Yeah, we got to get away." Slayer got away. That's fucked up. It says Slayer will not be working alone. There will be a trap, probably an army, probably with an army. Try to strike at any moment. Ryan's gone. Dang it, but I'll still do it. Let's see.
Do it.
I need two hands to do it properly, but let me.
Taisha.
That's a long one. Yeah, sorry.
With Fael's help, the flap rustled, and Shaiad entered.
Oh my god.
Taishai. Here's another one. Yeah. Perrin took it gratefully. Taishai.
Oh my god.
I don't write this smut. I just read.
I don't write it.
Well,
oh my
hi,
gosh,
handsome.
who is this? Stop talking dirty immediately, please.
I know. Here I was
Hi.
doing Taishai.
Soren's fine. Say hi, Soren.
Oh my god.
You feeling okay, kiddo?
Hi.
Are you feeling okay? Yeah. He just came and asked me crap. He slept for like 4 hours, so he's still up. He's been looking at what book were you reading?
Find Red Dot.
Yeah. Red Dot. Y'all know that book?
The red dot.
No,
One
I
Red
don't.
Dot. It's like a pop-out book where you have to like search in these geometric pop-out shapes for the red dot.
Oh my gosh, that sounds like a really cool book. I want to actually, can you send me the title of that, Josh? I'd like to read it now.
Oh yeah, you can do that. You wanna
That's
go get it?
awesome.
Go get it.
Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna get him some apple and milk. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Yeah, of course. Oh my goodness.
No, that
I've
kid.
never.
No, that kid is reading 20th century Russian literature. He's not reading
Obviously.
red dots. He's reading like
Oh, yeah. Totally. Yeah, it's about red dots.
red
Yeah,
meaning
uh-huh,
commie.
sure, okay.
Commie dot.
Okay. Yeah, red commie dots with all the conspiracy theories and everything that's intertwined. Yeah. Uh-huh. That kid's gonna be talking like Josh by the time he's. How old is he? He looks young. I don't know. Twice his age. Yeah, that kid's destined for great things. You saw it here first, folks, on The Way of the Leaf. Subscribe.
Subscribe, like, and subscribe. Yeah, follow the way of
Honestly,
the leaf. Is the Tinkers.
You just saw a little protege, like, in the making. He's gonna be just like some little genius child.
He's gonna be a normal
kid's
size.
Probably gonna
genius.
change the world. Yeah,
Oh,
he's gonna be a normal size genius.
He won't be little. He'll be normal size.
He'll be a genius child, and then he'll be a genius adult.
So let's keep going. So Perrin wakes up. Fael says, "Quote: We tried to heal you while you slept, but Adara stopped us." And it says, "It is not to be done. Wouldn't work anyways." That was the wise one's voice. What does that mean? You can't heal someone until they wake up? Like,
I mean, the only thing that tracks for me on that is like that everything in the dream world is so definitive, right? So I mean, that's the only thing that makes sense to me. Is like, oh, you can't heal them because it won't really work or something? Maybe?
it's like, yeah, I think, yeah, you might be right. So it's like, The Aes Sedai grabbed Perrin's head in her hands, and Perrin felt the icy cold of the healing wash over him. The wounds in his leg and across his chest closed. So I imagine that he's like sleeping, and suddenly, like suddenly he just has a wound on his chest, and Fael's like, "Oh, can we heal him while he's sleeping?" They're like, "Nope, won't work."
That was an interesting one.
Oh,
one red dot. Can you read
that's
it to us?
One
Ramos?
fancy looking book. Oh my gosh, that is a beautiful book. Fancy. Holy
I see a
moly.
red dot. It's not on
Oh
that
my
one.
gosh.
Uh,
So and you find the red dot.
So you have to find the red dot on each page, yeah. And they're hidden inside the structures, in different ways.
Uh-huh. And
Well,
you have to find it without taking apart the structure, which would
You're
be
going
the
too
challenge
fast. I
for
can't
me.
find the red dot. Oh,
No, I haven't found them all either. It's really
It
frustrating.
is cool. It's a cool book. It's worth finding in a used bookstore if you
Because
can.
you can't read.
In the Bay Area, you can definitely find
Because
it.
you can't
used.
read the structure far.
Yeah, you don't want to rip it up, right?
Yeah, you got to
Yeah.
be careful with that.
Yeah. You're right. You're right. You got to find the red dot without destroying the
Destroying it.
structure of the book. It's such a pretty book. What a cool thing.
Part of the book.
So they
Right.
have
It's
to
fun, yeah.
wait until he wakes up to heal him, but they do heal him as soon as he wakes up. But it is interesting to think that suddenly wounds would appear on a person sleeping like that.
Yeah, it's
kind of
fast.
gross.
Like, whoop.
You're just watching him, and suddenly their leg just opens up. So what happens if they
with a nosebleed?
lost a hand? Let's say someone cut off the parent's hand. Would it just disappear?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna like regenerate like
Or
a
would
lizard.
it just sever
it
and like the
seems-
other, like the hand would be that? Like what?
It's a really interesting question, Dan. I don't know.
Yeah. But it does
Because you
seem to
wouldn't
me
return with it.
the-
Yeah.
the dream world is just more definitive than like even in the real world. It seems like that is a more like one and done like situation. The way that it works there, the way that it's been described, it just feels like that's what we're understanding about any dream world, is that if you die or like get injured there, you respond the same way in the real world. Which of course is not how it works in our world. This is a pretend book, and nothing about this is actually real. This is just a pretend story. So just throwing that out there.
Do you know
It's
what
to hear
fiction is in the book? That means that it's made up. It's imaginary. Imaginary.
Pretend.
It is interesting. So, what would happen if you popped into Tel'aran'rhiod as part of your nightmare, like we saw in the earlier books, like books 1 through 6, and died there? Would you wake up with wounds, or would you just be dead? I feel like
dead.
I feel like you would just be dead without any wounds. So I think
Agreed.
it's a little weird. Like, why does Perrin bleed?
Yeah, it's true.
Is it because
Wow.
he's there? He's not there in the flesh though, because I thought when Rand fought. Go ahead, Kay. What?
No, it is weird. I'm just agreeing with you. You're right. It is weird. I'm just agreeing with you.
I
Continue on
thought
your
when
thought.
Rand physically stepped into Tel'aran'rhiod in the battle against the Shamael, he would have disappeared from the real quote unquote real world and went in the flesh, right? So when Perrin's there too strongly, he's not there in the flesh. He's just there in a way that makes him vulnerable to wounds and death. This is another place where it's just really unclear, and there's been so many various instantiations of this that it's hard to know what to think.
Yeah.
You make a great point. If someone burns to death in their dream, we think
show
that
up
they just
with
die in
third-degree
their
burns to
sleep.
their body.
We don't think that they just become crispy.
Right. So why is it that Perrin bleeds? So if Perrin had his hand cut off, maybe it would just be there severed.
Yeah.
Right?
But
I don't
maybe
know.
could it have been because of who inflicted it? Could it be because it was Slayer who was there pretty much incarnate as well?
Hmm.
That
Hmm.
the wounds
Hey, Kitty.
were different in some way?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same thing about. I don't know.
So Perrin wakes up, File's there. Perrin shares with her his grief
Down.
over Hopper, which is awesome. He's like, I lost a friend for the second time. And she says, Hopper. And she says, oh, Perrin, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, she's so considerate. I mean, that's really quite special.
She doesn't smell condescending or
Right.
this is dumb. She
Right.
smelled fearful when she said Hopper. So, yeah, she's, yeah.
It's cool to see that they have reached a place of understanding of one another.
Yeah.
Mm.
Do you think that they are, how strong do you think they are right now? Like stronger
Who?
than ever? Or are they still weirdness?
Fail and Perrin?
I think there's a little bit of healing still to do with the Bear Lane situation, but Fael's working on fixing that by her machinations of like, you know, encouraging Bear Lane's love of Gowan, or not Gowan,
Glad.
Glad,
Okay.
and Bear Lane like preparing that proclamation or whatever she was doing. She was writing something about her and Perrin's experience, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. They end up just leaving. The gateways work. Everyone bolts. They go to kind of near White Bridge, it looks like.
Mhm.
Air smells good. And yeah, he's like, well, Slayer still didn't die, but oh well.
Right.
It ends with Grendal's point of view. She's hanging out with a. She has been assigned a servant from Moradin, and this servant's kind of snippy.
Consider the kid's fun.
It's kind of rude.
Kind of rude.
His eyes were tempestuous and only half lowered. Only half lowered, guys. He's on the edge. It's like, yeah, let's snap the trap.
I don't
It
see
says,
it.
Ibera was Taverin, and so strongly one is to be frightening. Arrows fired from afar would miss. She says she made a tempest with him in the center of it.
Sounds
This is
like-
not done yet, fallen blacksmith. Not by an inch or by a league. Do we know this servant?
I wasn't sure who it was. You?
No, I don't know who it is. Like one tool, there are clues though, but I don't know who it is.
Okay.
It's a Moradin servant, is that right?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
servant one Moradin had loaned
She's
her.
one
Was
tool
on Wendy
left to
before.
her,
What's your hand?
one she had positioned so carefully. Oh, fuck. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna have to think about it. Fallen blacksmith.
That's a good point. She says that, and it is capitalized, or she thinks it rather. This is not done yet. Fallen
Oh, wait,
blacksmith
wait.
capitalized.
Wait. Could this servant so Grendel gave Slayer the dream spike after Moradin gave it to her. Could this be the sentence here? He also seemed to know that his failure would fall upon her shoulders. I think this is Slayer.
Mm.
He knew he was weak. He also seemed to know that his failure would fall upon her shoulders.
Mm-mm.
The servant
Who is
lowered
it?
his eyes, though there was still a rebellious spark to them.
I know, and that just makes me think of.
It's got to be Slayer. I mean, who else could it be?
Yeah.
Like the only person who's failed in this chapter, these chapters, is Slayer.
What is this trap? It's obviously for Perrin. Yes, fallen blacksmith.
Mhm.
It is. Whatever he's smelling in the air. I mean,
The army.
yeah, they make light, right? And there's an army of shadow spawn, right? Chapter 40 ends with the shadow spawn
Okay.
in the pit, right? Or in the off to the side of the cliff. Whoa. That's strange.
It was this the ring?
Yeah.
I know, right?
Hey,
Well,
sorry,
let's-
is that a person?
Let's jump into chapter 39. It's called In the Threefold Land. It has the spears with the buckler. And this is Avienda's POV. She is back in the Threefold Land and she feels right again. She's running. She could travel, but she's like, no, it feels good to run. This is what not maidens. This is what wise ones should do.
We're gonna have to go back so far for Tyshars after we are 3 and
You don't
up.
have to, don't.
Is-
No, he's fine. You don't have to not do Tyshars because he's here. Seriously.
I feel like we should wait. I think we should.
No, go for it. Do you
My
got
little
one?
man. My little man is totally fine. Trust me.
Yeah, you got one, Kay?
I have so many, but they go back really far. So
We'll
just
go
before
back.
we move on, I just wanted to but I know it's also good. Are you sure? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Quickly.
It
Give us
ca-
the music,
Very
please.
quickly, and I'm just going to be very blunt about it and serious. Okay, people clung to the edge, screaming. Tyshar, holding a staff to steady, holding a staff to steady himself. It wasn't hard. Tyshar, okay. Slayer clenched his teeth. Tyshar.
Huh?
It would burst soon. Tyshar.
Yes.
Perrin screamed in anguish. Tyshar.
Oh, geez, in anguish.
What?
Sorry, Perrin lovers. Sorry. That's for Dovey.
I love Perrin more than ever after these chapters.
I know. I know you do. Okay.
So-
I swear it. I swear that I want you. Tyshar.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
The end.
So yeah, Avienda's back in the Threefold Land. She's feeling good. She's smiling. She's jogging. She's probably doing about a 5-minute mile pace. She's doing good pace.
Run a 5K in 20 minutes.
She sees a woman. It says a woman stood in the darkness nearby while she had made camp. And this woman's wearing Aiel garb, not canon sword or the garb of a wise one, but normal clothing, a dark skirt, and a tan blouse and shawl.
All right. So before we get too far into this chapter, okay, I texted this. Who do you think this woman is? What does she represent? What is she a symbol of?
Her name's
Who is she?
Nakomi.
Nakomi.
Dude, I don't know. I listened to it twice. I tried to really I don't know. I was interested to hear what you thought about this person too, because you have all of these references from the Bible that make a lot of sense in the context of these stories, and so the parallels are always spot on, I feel like. And so I thought you would have more insight into maybe who this is.
I like that you're referencing a Bible thing. I mean, I do think that she represents the Creator. She's
Yeah.
sort of like, what would the analog be? I guess like Shaidar Haran.
Okay.
The
Okay.
Shaidar Haran for the good. In the same
Okay.
way that like Shaidar Haran is the avatar of the Great Lord, I think this is the avatar of the Creator.
Awesome.
Nice.
That's my
all right.
interpretation.
Let me explore this a tiny bit more. So, the
Yeah, I see
creator has an avatar, and this person talks to Avienda.
Mhm.
Why?
About the Aiel. I mean, it's not about talking to Avienda. It's about leading the Aiel away from a path of self-aggrandizement and self-mutilation and self-blame
Mm-hmm.
to a place where they can show up for the last battle as an actualized people that is not
Have we
it's too late. My brain is
have
not
we seen
firing
this
on
sort of involvement
like
or
a-
care from a? Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Okay.
No, it's okay. I just think it's like what Josh is saying. Like it's like a pivotal point in one of the in like the ultimate prophecy, right? That Moraine and Swan ultimately heard, like the whole story, right? It's like a pivotal point in that. Holy shit, Ryan! Sorry, the fan and the light behind you. That's crazy weird looking on the ceiling.
Yep.
That's so cute. Anyway.
Guys, that's what ADD looks like. Portraits
Oh,
in ADD.
what? What are we talking about?
Amazing.
So have we had an avatar?
Point in the prophecy.
So you call it an avatar kind of for the light?
Yeah, that's why she just disappears and her bag disappears without her presumably coming back to pick it up. Like, I think of it as like just like a poofing into existence and out of existence kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
Is
In the
this the
same
only
way that
form?
Shaidar Haran materialized out of the black. Remember? In the cell.
Uh-huh. Yes.
In front of whatever Forsaken that was, Masana or whatever. So I think this was kind of the same thing. I mean, again, I'm probably fucking so wrong about this, but the only explanation I could come up with, and given the message that she's delivering, and how she isn't carrying water but has like amazing food.
Yeah, there's
And
something.
there's like weird biblical parallels here with like, you know, the trials in the desert and like.
But let's explore why
Anna.
why the fuck would the creator care about the Aiel? I mean, seriously, this is the first time
the
we've
Aiel
seen
are
any
also
sort of not like messenger from the light, and he's talking to Avienda in the middle of the desert. I mean,
well, Avienda is like deep in this like self-reflection about how the Aiel need to continue to self-berate themselves
Yep.
Mhm.
and return to the threefold land to suffer because they failed the way of the leaf.
Mhm.
And this woman who appears to be an Aiel herself, but can't tell you what sept she's from because it's not for her to divulge, shows up and says, hey, you shouldn't do this. You've paid the price. You've done the thing. It's now your place to enter into the default world and show up for the last battle as an actualized people who are not berating themselves and like coming back to suffer when instead you could move on because you've done the retribution for your sin.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
You're
one more-
done with your toe. Maybe like your toe is already paid by doing this and being there and being able to be there for the last battle, right? That's like what she says.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Right.
Well, let me challenge this further though, if I can. So why we've seen the dark side have it seems like the Dark One has conversations with some of his lieutenants. It seems that Shararan is the voice of the Dark One when he talks. Why do we assume that this is a being of light then when we've never seen this yet? Why are we defaulting to light instead of dark?
I didn't. I honestly thought it was probably like more so the dark, like the dark one coming into some sort of form. Oh, my light went out. But yeah, I think I thought that when I was asking Josh about the biblical reference, I thought it was more so like the dark one coming out in a physical form. Honestly, but Josh's point makes a lot of sense. Like, but yeah, that's a good question. I don't know
biblically, Jesus was tempted in the desert by the devil, who did not look like a devil, right? The devil looked
serpent,
like all sexy.
Devil comes in all forms, right?
No, he was tempted by the lepers. He's really into that.
Yeah, he's like, you only got one ear. That's hot.
That's that song we know, right?
So hot. So I'm just wondering why, like, this seems like it's a leap when we have never seen any sort of interaction from the creator, like, at all. The creator doesn't.
I just read it. I just read it as all these opposites, right? Like, she doesn't show up to instill fear. She shows up to instill hope. She shows up and cooks this amazing meal and gives pleasure instead of delivering suffer.
Yeah.
So, she says, I mean, this is the most important paragraph. I am far from my roof, the woman said wistfully, and yet not far at all. Perhaps it is far from me. I cannot answer your questions, apprentice, for it is not my place to give this truth.
Yeah, what does that even
mean?
mean?
Lord would not fucking dance around shit like that.
What does that even mean? Like, how do we?
They are. I mean, like, it's right there in the sentence. I am far from my roof, yet not far at all. Right? Like, I am. It has this. It reeks to me of the Christ in a city. Like,
is this Jesus, Comey?
Jesus manifested in the flesh, right? That's what it said to me.
Would
I thought about this a lot too after I read this chapter? Just to be clear, I said,
Josh,
I love it.
Rand saw Nakomi.
Yeah.
Did Rand what?
What if Rand saw Nakomi? What would he see?
Okay, well let's take a bet on that. I'm gonna wager that Rand sees Nakomi before the end of the book.
Okay.
I'm putting money on that.
Okay. And so give us that prediction.
Fuck, I don't know.
They stare at each other and one of them snaps.
Says, yeah.
And the brain starts leaking out her ear.
And then she starts drooling.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it might be as simple as like a one-word conversation. I feel like there's like an aspect of how what does it remind me? It reminds me of Noel. How like we saw Noel on the stool outside.
Uh-huh.
Like, I don't know. It has a similar vibe of like, this is just a little blip above the waterline of something that may come back later.
Okay.
All right, Josh, from Danelu to you, I promise that most of us readers thought about this a lot too.
I believe that. No, I'm not surprised.
I'm only challenging you to get more, get you to flesh it out more. I love what you're saying.
I mean, maybe this is just Wit or Hoyt from the Cosmere.
Right.
Just hopping in. Oh, that's so right. That's so gross. Sanderson, do not bring Hoyt into wheel time is not Cosmere.
I don't think anyone's ever thought about that. I'm gonna Jansen that. I don't know if anyone ever has ever thought that. No, that it's Wit or Hoyt. That's me. Yeah. Anyways.
They do have an interesting conversation.
There is one last word that
Okay.
implies creator. If you'll excuse me, Nakomi said, I need to see to nature.
Oh.
Not I need to see nature. I need to see to nature. Like I need to go care for it.
Oh.
Interesting.
I thought she was just gonna go pee pee.
That was the first time we've ever.
And it's the one way to read it. It's like, oh, I'm gonna go take a whiz in the fucking bushes.
And that's funny because Avian is like, we don't pee in this world.
Yeah.
None of us have ever.
Wait. What is this? Is this for real? Or is this just like a ha-ha? Daniel, did you actually ask me this question?
What character would be a world?
A world hopper?
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, she can't give this. Okay, all right. She did.
All right.
Of course she did. She's Daniel.
Get her on the show when we can answer this question.
Honestly.
A book and a quarter from now.
Yeah,
So
we're
awesome.
getting there. So yeah, they talk about. They pretty much talk about the car con. She's like, "What do you think about this? The guy calls himself the car con." She's like, "Well, he is it. Duh." Like, all right, yeah, no, that's cool. No offense. She was on the end. This chapter is really trashing the Wetlanders. She's like, you know what? Yeah, it's good to be back in the desert where not
Things
around all
actually-
these pussies.
Where at least all the dangers are obvious, and if I know I touch that tree over there, a snake's gonna bite me on the leg, I'm gonna die.
Right. But Nakomi's like, so why do you want to come back to this horrible place again? It's called the Threefold Land because it was a punishment.
Place of testing and temptation and punishment. Yeah.
But is that even the point after the last battle? Is this what you want for your people? Like to still do this shit? She's like,
So Wetland makes me soft though, not hard.
yeah.
Yeah.
Tashar.
In Randland, if you have ED, they just send you to the Threefold Land.
Well, I'd be a permanent resident.
Yeah, so they were talking about toe. It's like, yeah, so the fact that we do violence, we have toe, right? She's like, yep, but we're going to beat that toe the last battle. And she's like, all right, that toe, that's what the Threefold Land, it was our punishment. We came here to grow so that we can meet our toe. She says, so once we have fought for the Carcon, we'll have met that toe, and therefore we have no reason to be punished further. If that is the case, why would we return to this land? Would that not be like seeking more punishment? More toe is met? Or once toe is met?
Mm-hmm. And this kind of fits in with the idea of the guy Shan, right? Like, the guy Shan is a model for an Aiel serving their toe and returning back to their life, right?
Uh-huh.
What do they call it? What do they call the 301 days, 401 days, whatever it is? How many days is it?
127? Which one?
What? Yeah, what is that term they call it? Yeah, like when you're captured, you serve a
year and a day.
A year and a day.
Year and a day. A year and a day.
Oh my god.
A year and a day.
Like different. Like definitely it's 127 days.
Yeah. So
Nobody gets
she's like, oh, you know what? Nakomi's like, hey, look at my mouth. Here I am running my mouth. Let's eat your shellback. Let's eat. That's a turtle, right? What's a shellback?
Or it's a snake with a fucking shell on its back. I mean,
yeah. I mean, I guess a snail's a shellback.
Yeah, it's a tiny snail. They're cooking. Hey, threefold land is tough, man.
You do what you can.
They're eating a shellback and some roots, some potatoes or something, but they cook super fast. She's like, these are really good. He's like, Nakomi's like, I gotta take a shit. I'll be right back.
Wait. Nakomi has an infinite bag of holding, Dan.
She totally does, Ryan. Yeah.
So, like very
She'd have math life points.
She has seasoning, plates.
She's like,
Honestly.
here's my
And it's better than many
Coleman
of these
smoker.
she had had.
All
She had
things considered.
Oh my god.
here's
what's
my
wrong?
Blackstone grill.
And it's good that
Propane.
Turtles.
you know, famously in Elden Ring, turtle meat gives you dexterity. Or that green
No,
bar, or whatever that
does
is.
sound like it does sound like they're eating escargot. It does sound like there's like some sort of delicacy infused into this situation.
All right, Doster.
Nakomi
Love you.
disappears. Bye, baby. So Nakomi
Okay.
disappears. This,
Good
yeah.
Speaking of delicacies, good night, my wife.
This chapter starts with Avienda felt right again, and the chapter ends with Avienda went to sleep feeling troubled.
Oh, bookends.
Well, wouldn't you?
Yeah, bookends.
Little weird as
So we talked about Nakomi. Anything else about that chapter until we get to our final chapter of the week? This one's fun.
Oh, let's jump into
So is
getting late.
escargot like the new forbidden fruit or something?
It might be. Nakomi
Yeah, right?
makes a savage escargot with
Yeah.
like butter, garlic.
And now Avienda's just sinned.
She's like,
eating it.
yummy. Chapter 40 is called A Making, and it has a blacksmith puzzle, and it is Perrin. Perrin is mopey. Says if he feels sick, physically ill, as if his stomach was filled with muddy swamp water and bits of dead beetles. Thank you. He wants to kill Slayer. It feels like he wants that done. Fael's like, you want to talk? He's like, yeah, I failed. I had to be strong, but I was strong. She's like, you got the train, girl. You did fine. You saved the people.
He's like, bad young bull.
Perrin's like, you know what? I'm just gonna walk through the camp. I heard sounds of a farrier doing shit. I'm gonna start taking over. Now, Perrin is like Justin Bieber or Jay-Z at this time, where like everywhere
Exhausting
he goes,
in every way.
he has like 12 friends with him. Like always.
Right,
He has an
always.
entourage. Like a bitchin' entourage of queens and stuff. He figures out like a battle plan. He's like, hey, if we were gonna attack the White Cloaks, where would it be? And it'd be like, yeah, it'd be right there. Obviously. Hey, you can just fire from up there. Obviously, you kill him right there. He's like, cool. I'm gonna go to the forge here, and he got out his own hammer, the hammer he's killed many Trollocs with. And he starts just beating on stuff. He's like, hey, buddy, I'll make these horseshoes. He's making horseshoes. Right. Horseshoes are like, he's like, the horseshoes are lame. This is bullshit. I need a crate. I need to create something. He's like, boom, boom, boom. But the forge is kind of crap. He's always having to use the bellows.
So is this the equivalent of like the dice rolling in Matt's head?
His
that was the vibe I was getting. Yeah, his like the forge is like the dice roll. Not in the sense of like impending doom, but in the sense of like he's on a path, and because like all the stuff about the hammer and the axe has culminated basically in this scene.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And like his encounter with the other Wolfman, the warder, guy. God, his name is escaping me. I'm sorry, it's late. The one who left.
I'm
sorry,
the
who?
teacher. The teacher guy, right?
Elias?
The Warder Wolf brother.
Elias.
Elias. Right. Like Elias and they have the encounter where he like throws the axe. There's just been all these like vignettes of Perrin and the axe, Perrin and the hammer, and like it kind of culminates in this scene of the power wrought hammer, right? And I feel like this notion of the forge, and like there's that scene where he even refers to it in this chapter where he's like, the last time I used a forge was back blah blah blah, right? Like when he crafted the like men who like came to life or whatever. The little like sculptures of the two rivers men that came to life, right?
That was his dream, wasn't he? Making little men in the dream.
Oh, that was in the dream. Oh, yeah. So that connects to it too, right? But the last time he used the forge, he refers to it here. I forget where. But it's like he's taverning on himself, and he's taverning on the channelers to like power rot this weapon, right? And it all kind of comes to a head here. No pun intended. The head
of Parent starts working on something, and Neil says, "I can help you with that, Lord Perrin. Heat the metal up if you want." He's like, "Yeah, do that. I want a nice yellow red, not too hot so it goes white, mind you." And so Neil starts like heating shit up, and Perrin's just banging away. Boom, boom, boom. Ryan got a couple tight shards. I'll bust them out.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, here's a couple
Parents
tight
just
shards.
banging away.
Yeah. Well, here's Rowan's though. Quote. Perrin continued to pound harder and harder. Tight shark. He increased the girth. He made it into a large ball.
Wait, but you forgot the using a process known as shrinking.
Yes.
For some reason.
Hold on.
Oh, sorry.
It had a thick, powerful head. Touch. All right, that's all.
That was a good.
And what did you have, Kay?
No, it was just right before your girth one.
Oh,
I was just adding on to it. That's all.
Oh, a process known as shrinking. Yeah. Yeah.
Why?
So he starts banging. He starts boom, boom, boom. He's just getting into the zone. He hears Niall. Brady's voice said it was urgent but distant apparent. Niall, what are you doing? I don't know. Niall replied. It feels right.
Drink.
Perrin used the tongs to pull. He raised his arm and began to pound.
Yeah.
Niall says, "Wise ones, I need a circle." Niall said urgently. "Now, don't argue. I need it." Large showers with each blow. He felt something leaking from him as if each blow infused the metal with his own strength. Sprays of sparks, too many, as if he were pounding against a bucket of molten liquid. Sparks splashed in the air, exploding from his hammer, flying as high as treetops and spreading tens of paces. He was making a hammer, he figured out, and he said he understood now. Perrin exulted. He knew what he was making. He finally knew what he was making.
I love the way that Brandon writes the interdynamics of Perrin forging his own leadership with the forging of the power wrought weapon here is just, it was fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
It's just so fucking poetic and like, it really spoke. It really did it for me. Like this made me. I mean, I know I'm a Perrin lover to begin with, but like this really was like this was the moment I was like, okay, Perrin has emerged from his cocoon that he's been in for the past 14 books or 13 books. It's been, you know.
And now he's a butterfly.
with an axe to grind.
You want to go lay down?
He uses his old hammer to forge this new hammer.
The couch.
He imprints this thing. He's even doing like chisel work. Carves a leaping wolf into it. The thing is 4 feet from top to bottom, maybe longer, an enormous size for a hammer of this type. Perrin picked it up. He was able to lift it with one hand, but barely. It was heavy, solid. Not practical. If you can't pick this thing up with one hand. Anyways.
Oh, and then okay. I almost cried again. I was going from work to like an all staff like barbecue thing, and like I was listening to this chapter, and I'm like holding back tears. I'm like, oh my, I'm like 5 minutes away from like having to be social, and this whole like how he names it after Hopper.
Yeah,
he who soars. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Again, there is like a Lord of the Rings kind of thing going on here for sure.
As soon as he makes it, he's all, "Hey, Will Alcine, you got any of those wolf banners left?" He's like, "Well, I couldn't burn the one I made. I was gonna give it to my ma." He's like, "Give it to me,
my Mima."
Everyone, here, we're the wolf, yeah!" And he's like, "I'm Perrin Golden Eyes, bitches," and they're like, "Yeah!" He's like,
Perrin and the wolf.
Everyone, be quiet. We're gonna go sneak right above the white cloaks. Everyone, be quiet. But he names his thing Mahanor, and he's like, "Hey, wife, it's time for me to leave." It says, "From now, the tool he left behind was the hammer of a simple blacksmith. From now on, he would carry the hammer of a king."
King.
It jumps to Fael, and Fael is moist.
She's so hot for this.
She is so hot for this.
Didn't we, before we go past the hammer of a king thing, isn't that a phrase we saw before?
Can you be specific? I don't remember it.
Hammer of the King? They didn't even talk about fucking kings in this book.
Wait, are there kings? They're all hiding. King Absalom? He has a hammer?
And son. Go on.
So Fael is turned on.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, did he even realize how he looked, causing the steel before him to pulse and flare to life? His golden eyes had blazed as brightly as the steel. She's like, oh. Berlane says it's been many centuries since this land has seen the creation of a power-wrought weapon. Did you understand it to be power-wrought before you read this term?
I mean, there were definite Kalendor vibes going on, but no.
We know that power-wrought items are generally from the Age of Legends.
Age of Legends, right? Yeah.
Do you think that this is how they did it? Like they had like a circle and with like 6 women and a dude all throwing all their shit into this thing? I don't know. It's badass. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the imagery alone is amazing. Sparks flying as high as treetops.
And 10 spans out or whatever, 10 steps out.
Just imagine parents just packed.
And when he's done, there's this like scorched earth like pattern of like shards of metal everywhere that like sparred out from him like a star.
Yep.
So the other thing this reminded me of, sadly, was them forging the swords out of the souls. And
yes. Uh-huh. The mines of
Well,
the mines
let's
of Mordor.
let's dig into that more. What was leaking from Perrin?
his strength, he says, right?
Uh-huh.
I don't know if it says sparks began to fly as Perrin pounded. Larger showers with each blow. He felt something leaking in italices from him, as if each blow infused the metal with his own strength and also his own feelings, both worries and hopes. These flowed from him into the three unwrought pieces. The world was dying. He couldn't save it. That was Rand's job.
Wait, he made the moodiest hammer in the history of hammers.
This is called emo sledge.
It's like Warbreaker when the sword talks to him, but it's all fucking Perrin.
It's like he's like, "How was your day?" Fine.
But isn't that actually like the ethical way to build a weapon of WMD? I mean, like, if like the fucking engineers at Martin Marietta like engineered the nukes with like some like sadness about it, like, would that change? I don't know. Like,
no, the world
there's
would be
ethics and responsibility going on here. Like, he's not just building a weapon as a psycho to like kill people. He's building a weapon that's like
healing himself.
All of the feelings of like self-doubt and like all of the like mourning that he's done over the loss of
is,
like,
is that why it's so heavy? Because it has all this.
It's just
there's also like a Thor. There's like a Thor aspect to this where, like, you know, I almost expected him to throw it and have it like come back to him. You know,
I hope not.
Like superhero style.
No, I would like to see Gaul try to pick it up and go, "Oh,
yeah,
totally. How do you lift this thing?"
Yeah, totally.
Josh, Dalu says, going back to the whole Hammer of Kings.
Yeah.
There's something Varen said, or maybe Min.
I don't remember where it came from. It just it echoed something that I feel like we had heard about before.
Have we heard the fallen blacksmith before?
No, but I love the puzzle metaphor that he pulls on here. The blacksmith puzzle metaphor.
Yeah. Well, it's a little self-aggrandizing.
Yeah.
He's
Dan,
like, you know
Dan,
what?
you have like a
Blacksmiths
radar
are the
for
best.
that.
Huh?
Anyone who says anything nice about themselves, Dan's like,
Come
gotcha.
on. Hey, how's your own penis taste? Jeez.
I will validate it tastes delicious, Dan.
We're getting those couple of ribs removed. Asshole.
Come on. He's like, I guess blacksmiths are probably the best. You know what? The best leaders are the ones that don't want to be leaders, and that's me. I'm Brad. I'm probably the best. You know what, guys? I think I'm gonna do okay.
No, he started off strong. He's like, I will make mistakes. A bunch of you will die because of it. But I'm going to try my best.
Yeah, so.
Silly.
All right, how about this?
Uh-oh.
How about this, Dan?
Yeah.
Oh God, so disgusting.
He sniffs it too. He just put it in his ear and then sniffed it. Gross.
Perrin reached down to the warm ham.
Ham?
Ham.
No.
Ham. Like HAM?
The ham.
On.
Ham? It's hammer.
Oh, okay. I thought it was handle.
Oh, I fucking hate you.
Tasha.
Wow.
Right, how's your warm hand feeling?
Er,
Yeah,
are no
Perrin
rules.
accepts himself as a symbol. He's like, yeah, fuck it. Throw that wolf banner up. Perrin Golden Eyes is someone. Yeah. You know what? I am awesome, and people do want to follow me. Why am I fighting this anymore? Let's just do it. He's like, we're gonna go to an ambush spot. Jumps to Glad. Glad is woken up. So Glad.
Oh my god, what a cute little voice.
He's woken up. They're like, hey, Perrin's army's back and they're gonna kill us. They're like totally gonna kill us. He's like, rats. We should surrender, but we never surrender. So that's a paradigm. He's like, well, child buyer comes in. He's like, Glad, stupid bitch. We should have killed him when we had the chance. You and your trial, you stupid bitch. He's like, hey, would the light protect us then? It'll protect us now. Chill out. We're light. We're part of the light. And he's like, no, man, we had our chance. If we die, it's because we earned it. So he's like, all right, just be cool. Just everyone, we're gonna, on the count of 3, we're all gonna run to our horses. Everyone just get dressed in your tents. When I say 1, 2, 3, we're all gonna run to our horses. Then it comes to Fail. Fail is she's there with Berlane and Alejandra. Perrin's like, hey, swear that if shit goes down, you're gonna run away. They're like, fine, but don't. Berline's like, can you not kill the handsome guy in charge, please? Kind of need my country's very small, and she actually was very.
My country, unlike my bosom, is very small.
My bosoms are big. My country is small.
She's like running towards him in slow motion. Don't kill the hot one.
She opens up to Fael here. She says, I have long thought that a connection to the Dragon Reborn is Mayeen's only hope in maintaining independence in the coming years. She was like, she tried to hit on Rand. Rand said no. She was like, well, I'm sure meant that
he gave me Perrin.
To have Perrin, yeah.
He promised
but apparently no. But Glad, so if Rand is with Elaine and Glad, then I'd be like her half sister, and so that's kind of a connection. But all this stuff is like, it's almost heartbreaking that she is like kind of throwing herself in powerful men for to retain independence of her people.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's there's, I guess, some nobility to her harlotness.
It's super amazing. No, there's people who kill each other for the same reason. I think it's perfectly fine and noble that she wants to marry up.
Yeah, why not?
I just thought as a means to an end, like for her. I don't think she's like super like emotionally invested in any of these people and is like getting heartbroken along the way or anything like that. She's just like, okay, well then fuck. Who's next? Like who's higher up on the list? Like can't have Perrin. Next.
Hey, you don't think that Berlane got
lower down on the list? Okay.
All right. Sorry.
I'm just saying. Sorry.
Right, yeah, it's true.
She got juicy watching Perrin hit the hammer.
Yeah.
Pound away.
Yeah, it is the
Sweaty
wetlands.
forearms.
The wetlander way.
Explain what's going on here, guys. They get to a point where everyone thinks that they're going to attack the White Cloaks. White Cloaks think that they're going to attack the White Cloaks.
Mm-hmm.
The White Cloaks all like run for their horses. Galad says 1, 2, 3, and they all run for their horses. And all these Trollocs pop out of mist suddenly there
the darkness.
What's going on? What did we read? What's going on? Was this the trap?
Yes, this was the trap.
And they pop out of mist? Is that what happened? Or were they hiding like rocks and they all just like, we're not rocks, we're Trollocs. We're Trollocks. We're
Troll rocks.
So it says here, File squinted there just below the army. In the former riverbed, figures began to rise as if from the ground. Misshapen figures with animal heads and bodies, half again as tall as Perrin, beating brutish weapons. Moving among them were sleek, eyeless figures in black. Fog streamed around them as they strode forward, trailing wisps. The creatures continued to appear, dozens of them, hundreds, thousands, an entire army of Trollocs and Mirrodra.
So,
yeah.
Okay. The fact that there's channeling going on and we still don't know what the fuck is happening is really annoying.
Mm-hmm.
There's male channelers on the Great Lord's side who are clearly not Forsaken, and we don't know who they are. Hang on, sweetheart.
Right.
So, okay, my theory on this that I'm just coming up with now is we haven't heard from the Black Tower in a long fucking time. What happened in Mazrim Time with the fucking Mhail, right? Like,
yeah,
could these channelers that we've been having sensed by the quote good male channelers be the Black Tower acting on behalf of the Great Lord? Or are these some other thing that we've never heard of, like channelers from Shao Ghul that were just there all along that the Great Lord never used until now?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure at some point we'll find out, because it clearly, like, he's been dropping some hints along the way. But
what
that was the
percentage
question.
of the Black Tower do you think are corrupted?
What?
What percentage of the Black Tower do you believe are corrupted right now?
Well, the last time that we saw the Black Tower, it was like a whole room full of them, hundreds of them, laughing at the Aes Sedai about choosing them as their warders or whatever, right? Like, and we've not heard a fucking single word about it since.
Totally.
And it was like 5 books ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of things like that, unfortunately. A lot of loose ends just kind of left to hanging.
But where did
Dingleberries.
these particular Trollocs? Can you explain the physics of what happened?
I assume Trollocs can't move through gateways. That's what the whole idea of the rotating gateway things that Rand creates is, right? That kills them?
Yeah, Shadowspawn cannot go through gateways, as we've heard.
Or we saw one type go through a gateway, right? We Shire Haran, maybe. Fuck. Oh man, I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't know.
There was a scene where it was like, oh, there's this thing happening that shouldn't be. This Shadow Spawn moved through a gateway. And maybe it was... Oh, well, we know that Matt sent the
Golem?
Wiggly... The what?
The Golem?
The Golem through a gateway, and it didn't just die from going through the gateway.
Yeah, that's a good
Really,
point.
some power rod things can go through.
Can water
Okay.
go through?
Good question.
Like
Yeah.
large. I don't know.
So that's
Wait,
how
wait,
it
wait,
ends.
wait, wait.
Is the shadow spawn here, and Neal and Grady make a lot of lights, and the Trollocs are like,
Why?
it hurts. They were surprised, and he's like, "Let's go kill us some Trollocs."
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is just a little confusing, I guess, to me as far as
Kill
like
the
how Perrin
Trollocs.
figured this out, what the heck was going on with all that. But maybe we'll figure out more later. Is there any theories as far as how Perrin knew what he was looking for here? I mean, he popped up in a very offensive position. The White Cloaks were about to go to war with him. He's like, "No, not you, them." Kinda.
Yeah.
Anyways,
All right, it's late. Let's wrap this.
let's wrap it up.
baby.
I'm gonna go read to my son here. Thank you for being patient.
We're doing
All right.
6 chapters next week
Okay.
through 46. 41 through 46.
Chris, you missed it, but we have 3 more episodes. We have 8, 98, 99, and then we're at 200 episodes. If we can we're going to try to end this book in 3 shows. So
I
the
see.
ending of the book will
Okay.
be our 200th episode. So we're going to plow through. We're going to do more chapters
All
than
right.
normal.
Well,
But
Okay.
it's all
about the same
exciting
page
shit.
count,
So.
though. It's 66 pages. We've been doing it in the 60s, so this should be about the same. But it's 6 chapters. The chapters get smaller.
Cool.
All right. It's that
All
shrinking
right.
again.
You guys ever read the series when you were younger?
Yes.
Yes. This is what Soren picked out to read for bed.
What series is it?
That's.
Sweet Pickles.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know that series. That's new.
I know it through my work. I don't think we had it as a kid, but
You didn't have it as a kid. Yeah, I grew up with it in the elementary school my mom worked at.
I had Iguana Feels Impetuous.
Iguana feels.
School is fancier than mine.
Let me see if I can find a picture of the. Oh, here we go. Do you have?
I feel like based on our knowledge, Josh,
all right. While he's
your
looking,
preschool
everyone.
Bailey
And
Oil Feels
bougier than mine.
Boisterous.
That's
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, this Saturday we're gonna host game night. Game night returns our second
this Saturday.
quote unquote monthly game night. Will
Look
be
at
this.
How
Uh-huh.
trippy this is.
Oh yeah.
The
No, they're
Wow.
getting- yeah. Thank God Trump is here to end all that shit.
Yeah.
Oh my
Why is that book
God.
banned instantly? That book's making me
Yeah.
think.
That book needs to be banned.
Totally
All
banned.
right.
Stop it. Oh
All
my
right,
God.
so Dan, what do you say? 5:00 Pacific, 8
Joke.
Eastern. We're gonna do game night this Saturday. If you want to hang out with members of the Way of the Leaf in the flesh, we'll be playing games online. We'll be messing around. Last game night was super fun. Went
So
on
fun.
longer than I expected because we were having so much fun. So yeah, let's get together. So how do you get involved? You get involved by becoming a member on YouTube or a Patreon member. So just the lowest tier will get you in. If you are a member of either one of those, then you will be added to a special super secret Discord channel, and then therein you get to participate. So
You mean
Yeah,
our Stout
it-
2 River folk, right?
Stout.
no,
Stout.
no, Patreon is the way.
Oh,
All right.
I thought they were the Stout 2 River folk.
Yeah, that used to be our mod group. Anyways,
Okay.
regardless of the name, we could change it whimsically. It might change tomorrow, but
Yeah, who
that's how a great way to support us and hang out and all of that. This Sunday, we're going to have no show. Yeah, there you go. Overseer won a shirt last time, and I don't even. He
Yeah.
kind of got. Yeah. This Sunday there will be no show due to Mother's Day, because mothers will make you feel bad about not giving them all their
Mothers-
time? So
No, it's because mothers rule the fucking
we just don't
world,
want no
and they
gaslighting
deserve all the
mothers.
attention.
Mother's
Wow.
rule and
Wow.
daddy's drool.
Oh wow.
Dad's true.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like Masana.
Thank you, Josh. Exactly.
Yeah.
Mothers deserve all the attention, and you should be looking at them, and not at this show.
Our next
Yeah.
Sunday show is going to be a big
Looking
one, though. We're doing our awards show for season 3. We're going to be awarding best actors, best actors. We got a bunch of categories, different things. It's the Trefoil Awards. I think Chanson's calling it.
Like foil awards.
Iris Bear's like also.
Well, I'm gonna go, guys. Everybody have a good night. Thank you. That was a fun show.
Yeah. You're
Hey,
awesome.
Josh,
Go check
hey
it.
Josh, run for your life.
Run for your
I
life.
will.
This is the way of the leaf.
Tell your son.
Bye.